I do a lot of talk and a lot of banter, lots of banter about the different things blacks are doing and how the black race has certain issues, and it's certainly true. Okay, don't get me wrong. Black folks have lots of issues, as Trump would say. They have lots of issues, lots of problems. But that's not to say that white people are angels. Okay, and much like I say, we live in a time of collectively blacks are the worst that we've ever been. I don't think that's too undeniable. I don't think that's too undeniable that blacks right now are probably. I mean, I guess the blacks that didn't fight against slavery. Slavery existed for like 90 years, so I guess those were pretty sorry black people to be in slavery so long. But can you really blame them? They're in a new territory. They're straight off the boat from Africa. You know, but I think between us and the docile slave blacks, probably the two worst black generations in American history. Okay, because other black generations, they had at least some accomplishments. The generation after the docile generation of slavery fought and ended slavery. The generation after that uh, built families, didn't commit crimes. They didn't come up with the Bloods and Crips. Yeah, they were docile as far as accepting Jim Crow, but they still had their families to come home to. They still believed in God, still believed in Jesus. Still overall black people that were pleasant to be around. Back then, blacks were pleasant to be around. It wasn't always nigga this, nigga that. I'm sure you had some niggas that were like that, but collectively, we were good, family oriented people. So yeah, I think the worst black generations of all time would have to be the blacks who went into slave, who were docile when it came to slavery, the blacks that didn't fight back, the weak blacks, we'll call them, and this current group of niggas. Okay, I say all that to say this. Blacks we do have our problems, but that's not to say whites are angels. And I think when we're talking about the scouring of America, of just this the destruction of America, America going down the tubes as we are now, I think that's largely to blame on white women. Why is that? Because right now, the number one thing destroying America is leftism, liberalism. Liberalism, it's the scorn of America right now. Liberalism will be the destruction of America. All right, sorry about that. Sorry. Yeah, I got to fix. I say this every live. You guys know the issue, but um, like Margaret Sanger, she described little black babies as human weeds and decided. I'm not sure what part I got cut off at, but I was talking about Margaret Sanger and how white women. This is a coalition led of evil white women. Um, Decided to put Planned Parenthood's abortion mills Sorry about that. Gosh, I keep getting kicked out. I gotta let me turn my do not disturb on. I gotta turn the do not disturb on so this doesn't keep happening. But this started when you had a scourge of white women, Margaret Sanger, the likes. They decided to put abortion mills throughout black neighborhoods. She described black babies as human weeds. She didn't look at blacks as human. Margaret Sanger did. This is a left wing liberal white woman. All right, this was during a time black women were going to church. Black women didn't know shit about feminism. Black women didn't believe in feminism. All we knew was black man, black woman. Yeah, there was a little cheating. There was a little promiscuity going on with the black men. But hey, at least we had our families intact. But you had nasty, evil bitches like Margaret Sanger that went to the black women and said, "Hey, you don't have to deal with your man cheating on you." When in reality, a woman should just deal with that if it's coming from her husband. But she said, "You don't have to deal with that. Um, we're going to give you the option to kill his children. We're going to give you the option to kill his baby." And now where black women fucked up at is that black women accepted that shit. Black women should have said, child, no, I ain't finna get rid of my husband. That's what black women should have done. But black women said, yeah, we're gonna kill our babies. Hey, can we twerk to Margaret Sanger? And just fucked it up. You know, it's really women destroying America, period. But white women led this, left wing white women led this, put the abortion mills in black neighborhood, got the black women to kill their babies. And then you had weak white men in government and white feminists pushed welfare and things that further led to the destruction of the family. Okay, in a modern day context, when we look at left wingism, who are the primary Democratic voters? You have young white women who want quote unquote reproductive rights. You have primarily women who push this LGBT nonsense. That's not men. You have gay men that push the LGBT nonsense. But if it wasn't for women, you know, we wouldn't have as much LGBT in our politics. You know, nowadays we just wouldn't. But it's a it's an evil agenda that's led and pushed by white women. And you know, besides that, besides the political aspect of it, white women are just perpetual victims. Gosh, these bitches just will not stop being victims. I know blacks are perpetual victims too. Don't get me wrong, blacks are perpetual victims too. But you know, there's nothing like a white bitch that's crying for no reason. It's like white women think that crying is like some kind of a superpower or some shit. And I know I talk shit about every group. Okay, so don't give me no shit. All right, but white women use that crying shit as a superpower. Okay, I noticed that at work, and it annoys the shit out of me. When I hear a white woman cry, it makes me less likely to be on her side about whatever she's crying about because I know this is just a manipulation tactic. Okay, just look online. You'll see white women online videos of white women getting caught cheating. Now, a black woman responds with anger and aggression. Now, if you catch a black woman doing something she shouldn't be doing, you know, she's gonna fight, holler, scream, and just react very aggressively. But a white woman's reaction is, "I'm innocent. I'm so sorry." And it's like, man, these are fake fucking tears. I don't know which reaction is worse. I don't know if I'd rather just a motherfucker, if you get caught cheating or something, just be accountable. Be like, God, that's how I am. You know, when I'm with a woman and she catches me cheating, and I'm like, God damn, yeah, bitch, I lied about that shit. I was wrong about that. I shouldn't have done that. But not white women. White women will lie. White women will actually get so bad. What makes white women worse than black women? Not just the left wing. They're left wingers. They're the worst type of left wingers. Uh, but they will put rape charges on you if they don't like you. They have no problem putting rape charges on you. No problem with that at all. You know, no issue. What's up, Black RG? What's up, Alex Bleepy Jones? Etc. Oh, Possum Boy. Who else is here? Christopher Lyon. Yes, see what's up to all you guys. But yeah, a white bitch doesn't mind lying and using the criminal justice system to get at you if she's mad. That's why I would never get with a regular white woman. Now, the only exception to this rule are white women that are wiggers. White, we call them the triple W's, the white women wiggers. Okay, those are the white women that are typically a little bit overweight. Those are the white women that wear braids in their hair. And when they talk like this. She sound like she trying to be, she sounds like you can clearly tell it's a white bitch trying to sound black. Okay, she probably grew up around black people, or her mother. This is usually what happens. She grew up the child to a single mother, a single white mother, but that white mother had jungle fever, and so when the white mom gets the jungle fever, she's around black men all the time and raising that young white girl in black culture. The white girl's gonna, come out all fucked up and talking like she's black. Those are the one. Now the white bitches like that probably won't put rape charges on you. In fact, white bitches like that take a lot of shit. From my experience, from what I've seen. Now I don't have any numbers on this, but those type of white women are the exception to the rule. I'm talking about from the suburbs. I'm talking about your run of the mill average white bitch. Okay, and your interaction with her as a black man. All right, you make her mad enough, she's gonna get law enforcement involved, depending on what you do. She's gonna get law enforcement involved. And why would you want to do that? Because when the police come, the police are gonna see some big black nigga and a white girl, and you're automatically guilty. At least if you're with a black woman and she calls the police, at least it's just two niggas. All right, there's not going to be any bias there. But if you, as a big, dark skinned black man, are with a pretty blonde haired, blue eyed white woman, and she calls the police on you, that's a fucked up situation. Why would you even want to be? I would be scared to be in the house with a white bitch like that. Every time I drop a pot or pan and she jumps, I'm scared she's going to call the police. That's just a lose situation. You don't want to be with no white bitch like that. All she's got to do, because unlike a lot of people, I'm white women use the tears as a superpower. Okay, a lot of people aren't aware of that. A lot of people will actually give a white bitch sympathy for crying those crocodile tears. Okay, and they fall victim to it. So she's gonna call the cops. She's gonna start crying. You're automatically guilty. And a white woman does not mind using the legal system to fuck a nigga up. Ask Kobe Bryant. Had Kobe Bryant not crashed in that helicopter, he'd tell you. He'd tell you. Even though he never learned his lesson, because he left one evil white bitch, got with another evil white bitch. But he was hanging out with the white woman in the hotel room that night. He was hanging out. He said, "Down with Whitey." No, it's not down with Whitey. No, come on, don't make it anything like that. This isn't a down with Whitey kind of thing. I'm not a down with Whitey kind of black man. I'm just observing characteristics. These are simply characteristics that a lot of white women possess. I don't know how to quantify it. I can't tell you if it's 50%, if it's 70%. I don't know. I know it happens a lot. I know a lot of white women tend to just want to be perpetual fucking victims. And I get tired of that shit. I deal with white bitches like that at work. Okay, so don't tell me they're not doing it. Now, black women have their problems too. Black people have their problems too. But we talking about these stringy haired white hoes. And I'm tired of them. I am tired of them. Every and they're so weak, they're soft. You can't talk to them about shit. I think, man, it's time for the white man to put his foot down. Okay, this is really what I'm doing. I'm appealing because we got a couple of white men that watch the channel. The I'm appealing to white men. Maybe it's time to put your foot back on your woman's neck, because me as a black man, I can't do shit with a white woman. I don't date them. I work with them. I'm the manager to a few of them at work, but that's really about it. Okay, I mean, I can't affect that much change. But as a white man, if you're not an incel and you're actually dating the white women, you gotta. It's time to start. It's time to start putting your foot down. Okay, she start crying those tears. It's time to fix that. I'm tired of crybaby ass white bitches, and the rest of the world is tired of them. Okay, we're all tired of them. Now, I know people are tired of niggas and their shit stealing, robbing, killing. I, but I'm tired of that coming from the white woman. Okay, every time you look, it's some white bitch on TV, some white politician bitch with a pantsuit on that thinks she knows what the fuck she's talking about. No, bitch, you don't know shit. And you know what's fucked up about it for me as a black man? Black women are listening to this shit. Cause like my old friend, RBR would always say, most blacks really think that white people are superior. That's true. Most black people think that white people are superior. So they can come to my channel and hear the truth. They're not going to believe anything I'm saying. Why? Because I'm black. Okay. They're not going to believe it unless they hear the same argument coming from a white person. And what white people are doing, with this, because whites understand that these coon ass niggas look at them as superior. What white women do, white women use that as a manipulation tactic to manipulate the black woman into turning against the black man, turning against God, turning against truth, turning against righteousness, and embracing left wingism. That's why the majority of black women are voting for Kamala Harris. That's why the majority of women, period, regardless of the racial demographic, that's why they're voting for Kamala Harris. The black women don't have to fall for that shit. If you're a black woman, a white woman comes to you with all that feminism talk, don't let them bully you into that. Black women are weak as hell for accepting that shit. That's why I'm so hard on black women, because black women know better, man. We grew up in church. We grew up being taught the difference between right and wrong. And you get your black ass out here twerking and acting the way you do. Why? Listening to a white bitch, listening to some nasty white bitch, some nasty black bitch, listening to a white bitch that's even nastier, telling her that twerking out in the middle of the street is somehow a reproductive freedom. How that's somehow expressing yourself. Bitch, that's not, that white bitch don't give no fucks about you. That white woman is trying to destroy you, black bitch. She is, but black women, you can't tell them that because they have been so propagandized by these white women. That's why I am making an appeal. I am making a formal appeal to white men. Please put your foot back on the necks of white women. All right, now Donald Trump is going to take the election. All right, that's what it's looking like at this point. All right, this should be a prime opportunity to get women of all races back in their place. Okay, this is the prime opportunity for them. Opossum Boy says white devils. Well, it's not about, stop that. It's not about being a white devil. Yeah, nobody's saying a motherfucker's a white devil. Nobody's a devil. These are just human characteristics that we display, different races display, that's bringing about the downfall of civilization. We can't continue to interact with each other with white women leading the country with liberalism. All right, that's a pathway to destruction. Right. And also we can't it's just annoying. I mean, I guess we could live in a country where white women were perpetual victims. That's not really going to destroy America. The bitch is crying all the time. But it don't change the fact that the shit is annoying. Just like it won't necessarily destroy America, the fact that black women have attitudes all the time. That's not necessarily something that's going to destroy America. But the shit is annoying. I had a white bitch crying. Okay, just look on TikTok. Type in white bitch crying. You're gonna see a bunch of videos of white women doing stupid shit and then crying about it later. It's some sick, evil. Well, I don't know if it's sick and evil, but it's annoying as fuck. Okay. Um, I was gonna make a domestic violence joke, but I ain't gonna. I'm not gonna throw in domestic violence. Isn't funny. We shouldn't laugh at domestic violence. It's never something we should laugh at. But yeah, white bitches. These white bitches are destroying America, and it's not okay. It's fucked up. And but what are we gonna do about it? Did you see at the Kamala Harris campaign rally the other day? She was talking about killing babies, right? Kamala Harris she was on stage talking about killing babies, and she was talking about reproductive freedoms, reproductive rights, which is, like I said, killing babies. And you had a group of people in the audience that started saying, Jesus is king. Jesus is king. Jesus is Lord. We love something with Jesus. We love Jesus. Jesus is Christ or something like that. And instead of Kamala Harris turning that into a moment of, oh yeah, we love Jesus here. We love all faiths. We love all religions. Blah, blah. Kamala Harris said, "You're at the wrong campaign rally." I wish I could play the video. That's what she said. She said, "You're at the wrong campaign rally. We don't worship Jesus here. We hate Jesus. We hate God. We hate Jesus. We hate his father. We hate the truth that Jesus told. We hate that. Get the fuck out of here, niggas." Now, she didn't say all of that. She didn't go that deep, but she responded to those people in the crowd with as though she was scorned by them mentioning Jesus. And the Bible does say that a demon flees in the name of Jesus. A demon, sometimes all you got to do when you're dealing with certain trouble, all you got to do is invoke the name of Jesus. Just Jesus. There's a power behind that. Power behind that word. Oh, well, it ain't no power behind that, nigga. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm telling you. Sometimes I'm having nightmares. And you ever been laying down and you knew that you were asleep, but you couldn't get up. You're just on your back. The old wives tell about that is, they're saying a witch or a demon or something is sitting on you while you're asleep. That's the old wives tell. There's probably some type of scientific explanation behind it. But sometimes I fall in that state. I fall in that state while I'm asleep. And when that happens, I'll just say Jesus. If I invoke the name of Jesus, I immediately wake up. I swear to God. You should try it. I don't know if that happens to everybody. I know it's not just me because I've heard other people talk about it. But if that happens to you, try that. There's power in the name of Jesus. So when they were chanting Jesus at the Kamala Harris campaign rally, when they were chanting Jesus, and she heard that because Kamala Harris is a demon, or she at least has demons in her. If she's not a demon, she has a legion of demons within her. Um, when she heard the name, she trembled in her spirit. I wish I could play the video, man. Watching her, as soon as she heard the name, you saw her hair shake a little bit. She trembled. Wow, the Bible says a demon trembles. A demon trembles, and just the sound of the name Jesus, and that's what we saw, and that's what these women, these white women, that's what they're being led by. Even though Kamala Harris I don't know, Kamala Harris might be a part of a white woman. I think her grandma, Candace Owens, has been doing amazing research. I think Candace Owens uncovered that Kamala Harris' grandmother was an Irish white woman. And that would explain why Kamala Harris is a scamming bitch. Because we know where the she gets the scamming from her Indian side. Okay, because Kamala Harris is just a number one liar. She's just a liar, scamming America. She scammed her way to the vice president. She scammed her way into attorney general of California. She's just been scamming all her life. We've all gotten the calls from Indian scammers. It's not racist to say that. And I say a scamming bitch because she's part Irish. White women, most of them are bitches. That's where she gets. That's what makes her a scamming bitch. So she's an Indian Irish woman, which makes her a scamming bitch. Um, and so yeah, I, I was actually gonna go somewhere with that point. I forgot. How's it going? Hooded one. I think I already said hey to Opossum Boy. Opossum Boy said, "White women are the synagogue of Satan." Oh well, no, let's not put that on. Let's not put that on white women. That's actually another group of people. Woke is on point because the passive aggressive white women will manipulate the aggressive black women to do the foolishness. Ding, 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 ding. We got a winner. Exactly, Dolomite. Exactly. That's what white women are largely doing. White women are using black women as their attack dogs, and black women are happy to do it. Some of them will even refer to black women as pit bulls. They'll say, "Oh, she's a little pit bull." That's what the white bitches will say, talking about the black woman. She's a pit bull. She's our pit, and they will get the black women to do their bidding because they're afraid to be as aggressive as black women. Okay, They're not as bold. They're not as mean. They're not as you know what I'm talking about. They don't have that that a black woman has. All right, but they'll get black women to do their bidding. And black women, what's fucked up with black women are willing to sell out their families. Black women are willing to sell out the children. Black women are willing to sell out the dogs, the cats, the house. The black women are willing to sell out the whole community to listen to some evil feminist white, to be some attack dogs for some evil feminist white bitches. What do you think about all these black churches that support abortion and homosexuality? Well, the Bible says that in the last days we're going to see a lot of that, and now we do see a lot of that. We see a lot of that, and what I realized, the church has really become a social club. All right, I mean, a lot of times you look at these church services online, and man, you can't tell the difference between the church service and a club. You got the band on stage, you got the crazy lights going on, the LED lights flashing. At one church service, they had, the little glow sticks people put around their necks. And the type of music they're singing, you can't tell it's church music. You can't you can't tell a difference between that and the world. And because the church has become that, it's led to the downfall of society. Because the church should stand out from the rest of the world. You should go to church. You shouldn't be in a church service and think, is this possibly a club? Am I in a club of some? No, when you're in a church, you should know you're in a church. The Bible says that Christian people should come across as peculiar to the rest of the world. I always have a hard time pronouncing that word peculiar. Am I pronouncing it peculiar? Peculiar? But the Bible says we should be different. That we should stand out as Christians. Now, I'm not really just a big proclaimer of a Christian because I don't live, the best life possible. But the Bible says the church should stand out. But you have a gospel artist like Kirk Franklin, um, a lot of others. He's probably the one that stands out the most in my mind right now. But you have people like that. TD Jakes, here's another one. They want to be a part of the world. They want to be mainstream so bad. They're not happy with just having their mega church making millions and professing the truth that's within the Bible. They're not happy doing that. They want more. Why? Because honestly, they're Satanists. Okay. You think Satanists cares about really spreading the message and the gospel of Jesus? No, Satanists don't care about that. What Satanists do is use the word, use the truth as a method of manipulation to mislead people. And if they can use folks like Kirk Franklin, if they can use folks like T.D. Jakes to lead the flock astray, they don't mind doing that. They don't mind doing that at all. At one point, T.D. Jakes was against abortion and homosexuality. I remember back in 2004, I think it was, T.D. Jakes actually endorsed um, George W. Bush. And during that, and I was a kid again, I was a kid at the time. I was probably like the third or fourth grade. But I remember in the news this being a big thing because at the time, gay marriage was illegal. And it was speculated that T.D. Jakes supported George W. Bush because of his anti-homosexuality marriage stance. Um, come to find out, T.D. Jackson probably is a homosexual. I mean, that's funny. But at least in his role as a leader back then, he didn't mind standing up in favor of the truth. Probably because back then, the media kind of allowed free reign when it came to viewpoints on homosexuality. Back then, you could kind of say what you wanted, especially as members of the clergy. They probably let you get away with a little bit more. But now that the media has really clamped down on pushing the LGBT agenda, this is a much different time than it was in 2004. A much different time. Much different political landscape, much different social landscape. And so with that, where the church should have stood as a beacon to say that regardless of what the media says, regardless of regardless of what's going on, we're going to have a clear-cut stance on homosexuality and abortion. The church, a lot of churches, you had some churches that have done that. like Geno Jennings. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this pastor. His name is Geno Jennings. But a lot of churches understood that, well, the majority of their parishioners are women. You know, it's mostly women that are going, especially in black churches. The majority of their parishioners are women. And rather than still continue to tell these women the truth at the risk of losing them as a parishioner, a lot of the churches simply chose to give in. And a lot of churches give in by de facto, and giving in by de facto would be not blatantly telling the truth about abortion and homosexuality, and just not talking about that subject. Not talking about that subject at all. I call that lying to your congregation via omission. Lying to your congregation via omission. Because as a leader, as a Christian leader, you are absolutely duty bound. Like as a Christian pastor, you are absolutely duty bound to tell your congregation the truth about things like abortion, the truth about things like homosexuality, regardless of whether you think they're going to leave the church or not. You are duty bound to do that. But pastors nowadays, if they feel like a sermon, even if they felt like that sermon was 100% accurate, if they feel like it's going to lose, it's going to be bad for the bottom line, because a lot of churches, whether you know it or not, it's business. If he feels like the Bible is going to get away of the bottom line, then guess what? This nigga's going to say, forget about the Bible, forget about the truth, forget about what the Bible says. I am focused on my bottom lines. Okay, we got a lot of feminist bitches as our parishioners, and I'm not trying to lose these bitches' money. Like, these niggas are really like pimps. When you think about it, pastors are really like pimps. You know, you kind of slap a bitch around and make her give. I guess it's a little different from pimping, because pimping, the woman there's a whole process to it. But I mean, I guess it's akin to pimping in some kind of way. Being a bad pastor is. But yeah, that's a great question, Alex Bleeping Jones. That was a great question. How's it going, Dorian Carter? Especially with the elderly black women yelling Jesus in my soul. Especially with the elderly black women yelling Jesus. I don't know what you mean by that, Dorian. It's probably reference to something I was saying earlier. I don't even remember what I was saying. But yeah, the black women weren't much better off back then. Why do you think most of black churches, women now, um, I think it's probably because as a black man, I'm gonna be I'm very choosy about the kind of nigga I'm willing to listen to, because I think most niggas are just full of shit. And so I think most men, we're able to pick out each other's bullshit. And so when we go to a church and we see the nigga with the gold rings, with the Cadillac outside with the rims on it, and he's calling himself a pastor, whatever. Most men were able to see through that and be like, oh man, this nigga is full of shit. Fuck these people. That's how most of us men are. But women are gonna see that and be mesmerized. Women are gonna see them like, oh, God is blessing him. That's a black woman. God is blessing him. Oh, look at all the rings. Look at the rims. I want that. And so, black women are gonna fall for that shit. Whereas a black man is like, man, this goddamn nigga's full of shit. I wish this motherfucker would try to tell me something. That's how I feel going to most churches. Yeah, especially like, like you were alluding to earlier with the abortion thing. If I'm at a church and I know a pastor votes for a Democrat, I know this nigga's full of shit. I'm not about to sit around and listen to that. But a woman will. Now, does that mean as a man you're still not obligated to go? I think it's a good thing to go to church. I sincerely do. It doesn't mean that you don't have an obligation to at least read the Bible occasionally and now it's easier than ever to look at church because you can look at online sermons. I think that's good for you spiritually. I know it's good for me. It's helped me spiritually. You're still gonna make mistakes, but um, I think it kind of keeps your moral compass intact when you're regularly reading the Bible. I'm not saying do like a Muslim and read the Bible 8 fucking hours a day and do 3 prayers a day. I think the Muslims overdo it. And honestly, it might be a good thing because They have stricter standards, right? Their societies, at least socially, is much better than what we have here in the West. But I think, they kind of do overdo it a little bit. I'm not saying you got to do all that shit. I'm not saying you got to uh, pray 3 times a day, read the Quran 8 hours, read the Bible 8 hours. Nah, man, that's overdoing it. I mean, if I was God, I would think you were some kind of weirdo if you prayed that much and read the Bible. If you were that obsessed with me, I would be like, nigga, I'm gonna let you into heaven, but you really got to chill out with this. like have some fun or something. And I don't know. Maybe God doesn't say that. Maybe God is the kind of God that likes when people pray to him 8 hours a day, read the Bible all the time, which I think will make God a little bit of a narcissist when you think about it. I mean, because come on, who really wants that much admiration? I mean, come on. I love God. I think God's a great God. That's true. But do you really have to give him constant praise and admiration? Don't you? I think there's a such thing as overdoing it. I don't think God is a narcissist. I think if you just acknowledge him a little bit, read your Bible a little bit, hey, you're good. But going to church 5 times a week, praying 8 hours a day, reading the Bible all the time, I don't know if God, I don't know if God is a narcissist that wants that all the time. I don't know. Start your own church. Well, no, I got to get my life right, man. I'm too much of a goddamn sinner. I'm not done with my sins. I'm 30 years old. I've been sinning since I was like 16. I'm gonna give sin a good 5 more years. I always said when I'm about 35, I'm gonna get my life right for real with God. But I got 5 more years of fun, 5 more years of substance abuse, and no, I'm just kidding. Nah, I might start my own church one day. I've just got to get things intact. Now, I'm not in a position now. I think I'd be a great pastor, but I'm not in a position now to tell. I'd be like one of those niggas that you come into the church and you say, this nigga is full of shit. I hate church. Like, if I got into the church now with me living how I live my motherfucking life, I'd be leading some motherfucker straight to hell. That's why I don't tell you. I'm not giving you religious advice as a pastor of any sort. Seek that elsewhere. That's not what I'm doing with this channel at all. Like, this is purely entertainment. Uh, get your spiritual enrichment somewhere else. This is like, if you're coming to this channel for spiritual shit, it's like junk food. Okay, it's like Cheetos or some shit. There's not that much spiritual nutrition in woke progressive. I mean, there's a little bit. I mean, you're gonna get the truth. There's some kind of spiritual enrichment that comes with the truth, but this shouldn't be a diet. That's why I wouldn't have my own church. I think if I stop engaging in a lot of the sin I engage in, and then get my life together, start reading more, start praying more, then maybe I'll be in a position to have my own church. But I feel terrible leading people to hell like that because it would be disingenuous. I wouldn't be able to get up and talk about, committing adultery or committing fornication when shit, I'm doing that shit all the time. I couldn't get up and talk about, uh, anything because I'm engaged in all sorts of sin. Now, when I get a hold of all my sin that I'm engaged in, all the fun sins, because sin is fun. It's really fun. I love doing it. But now when I get all of that under control, then maybe we can look at becoming Pastor Woke Progressive. I think that has a nice ring to it. Pastor Woke Progressive. Amen. And I think I'd be a great pastor. But yeah, professional sinner. Yeah, I'm definitely a professional sinner. If deacon can be a deacon, you can be a pastor. That's a great point. Um, yeah, Deacon, man. I don't know. I don't think a lot of people on my channel know who Deacon is. But Deacon used to come over here, but Deacon stopped coming because Deacon doesn't like when I talk about black people. And I understand why Deacon's like that. Deacon's an older black man. They grew up in a generation where Deacon has actually probably experienced some real racism, right? He's seen some real racism. Um and so because of that, whenever he hears a black person talking shit about black people, it makes him just internally, it makes him feel some kind of way just because of what he's experienced. Now, me as a 30-year-old black man, I haven't really experienced that much racism. Now, or the racism I've experienced, it's much different from the blatant racism that Deacons saw. A lot of the racism that I experience is more covert racism, racism where you know it's racism, but it's just not articulatable, articulatable. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But that's how racism is now. Okay, racism isn't nigger, I'm gonna string you up from a tree, nigger. You know, that's not right. Nobody's doing that anymore. That's why when they did that anti-lynching bill, remember they did that anti-lynching bill a few months ago. Maybe it was a few years ago now. Yeah, it was in the early part of the Biden administration when they did the anti-lynching bill. I thought it was just the stupidest shit ever. And it goes into why I hate the Democrats. Okay, because nobody's really going around lynching black people. Nobody's going around lynching anybody anymore. Okay, this is not the 19 fucking 50s, the 1930s. It's not happening. It's just not happening. Racist. Now that was racism back in the day. That's probably Deacon probably saw remnants of that kind of racism, which is why he feels the way he feels about different groups of people. But that shit stopped really in the 60s. In the 70s, you didn't see too many hangings. I mean, maybe isolated incidents of it. In the 80s, it was pretty much going away. The 90s, all but completely gone. By the time of 2000s and since, nobody's getting fucking hung. All right, and don't sit here and lie and say, "Well, my cousin stuff. There was a case in California where." Man, stop. Fuck your cousin. Fuck the case in California. Nobody's getting hung unless they're hanging themselves. Now, people hang themselves all the time. That's a pretty popular way to leave out of here. Which I couldn't. Not to get too dark, but I couldn't imagine that if I was gonna kill myself, it would probably, if I was gonna do it, it would be a drug overdose. I just take lots and lots and if I was gonna do it, which I would never do. It seems like if you were gonna do something like that, when you want to go out pleasantly, like doing a bunch of heroin or a bunch of drugs, and you just feel so great that you die, versus you know getting hung. That it seems like it really hurts. It seems like it really hurts. I know people say, well, it immediately snaps your neck and you don't feel anything, but I can imagine, like, I think you probably do feel something for like a half a second, and then the anticipation of wrapping the shit around your neck, stepping up the stool. I mean, I'm pretty sure as soon as you step on the stool, you don't just immediately jump down. You probably stand up there on the stool for a couple of seconds and think, am I gonna do this? Am I really gonna do this? Just that just seems like a very grueling and very terrifying process. So how do we get caught up on? Oh, well, I got caught up on that to say that people don't get hung anymore. That's not a thing. Right? That's not a thing. Uh, the last true lynching happened in North Carolina. A friend of mine's wife's dad was lynched. Of course. Like I said, and I made the comment I said before Hooded One even said this. You know, the comment I made about, well, my cousin, or there was this case in Florida. Yeah, that's how shit like that goes. It's always the friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend who knew my dad. They saw the space alien ship, and it captured the entire city. Oh, were you in close proximity when it happened? No, I was nowhere near when it happened. But my friend's friend who knew my dad, they saw it, and it's 100% true. Well, that's not how we gather credible information, Hooded One. You know, we don't go based on. He said a friend of mine's wife's dad. Okay, that's too much. That's not close enough to be credible. Okay, because you ever played the game of telephone? We've all played that game when we were kids. Okay, so by the time it gets to one person, it's one thing. By the time it gets to another person, it's another thing. By the time it gets to the next person, you can say, I want ice cream for dinner, and it goes through 15 people. And by the time it gets to the 15th person, it's translated as this bitch in North Carolina got hung. Right? And you're like, what? I didn't say that. All I said is I wanted ice cream for dinner. But especially with low IQ niggas, I mean, it's even worse. So Hooded One, we can't go with I can't say that that is credible information, my brother. Put a news, well, you can't put a news article in there because you don't have a wrench. But yeah, yeah, I just don't believe you because people don't get hung anymore. Okay, that's not a thing. White people don't do that anymore. White people nowadays aren't that violent as far as attacking blacks or doing anything violent towards blacks. We haven't seen. I mean, is there, like I said, there's isolated incidents of that does happen. You have isolated incidents of blatant racism, but as far as the average black person going out and being attacked by a white person, that's just unfeasible. Extremely highly unlikely for that to happen. They call the police. Now, what happens with the police is oftentimes based on you, how you choose to interact with that police. Now, sometimes police officers can be assholes. I get that, but uh, by and large, they call the police now. Right? So let's see what Hooded want to say. He's saying Hooded want to say, I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. Okay, I know you think it's true, telephone ass nigga. But what I'm saying is, if this information is going from person to person, you said this is my friend's wife's. This is a friend of my wife's dad. Okay, that's too many people in between you getting that information, nigga. All right, maybe her dad hung himself and it got back to you as some Billy Bob ass redneck. That's who lynched him. What I'm saying is, that's not how you get credible information, nigga. You can't say, oh, a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend said this and it's definitely true. You don't know that that's true. You heard. Just say, nigga, say I heard. That's what would make that comment better. If you said I heard in North Carolina, my friend's wife's dad's mother, grandpa got lynched. Okay, now that sounds better. But don't say I know this is true and you what you're saying is bullshit. That's not how we get. That's how you get bad information, and that's how you become a low information, low IQ voter. Okay, and that's how you end up electing a goddamn Democrat doing shit like what Hooded One just did. We don't collect information. We don't look at seventh and third and 19th hand information as information. By the time that information is crossed by two sources, that information is no longer credible. Really, by the time it's going by one source. All right, we only go with primary sources here at Woke Progressive. We don't go with I heard this, I heard a nigga who knew this nigga, who knew that nigga, who fucked that nigga, who sucked. That's not how we do information here, man. Okay, now he's gonna say, go pray the gay away. All right, he's drunk. Hooded One has an alcohol problem. Yeah, I pray for you with your alcohol. I pray for you for your alcohol problem, brother. And I think Hooded One's got. Nah, I'm not gonna say that. I was gonna talk about. No, I'm not gonna say that. But yeah, we got caught up on a tangent there. We got caught up on a tangent. I forgot where I was going with it, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay, I've been live about 48 minutes. I think I'll drop the link here in a second. Am I good? Yeah, we're gonna drop the link in this video. We're gonna drop the link. Okay, I'll ask you guys that are here in the comment section. Have you ever encountered a white woman that tried to use her tears to gain sympathy? Okay, and you could tell that. Have you ever been in a situation where you knew a white woman was being disingenuous and she was simply using her tears to pull at your heartstrings? Are you aware of that superpower? Hooded One is the type of nigga who's not aware of it. Hooded One, a white bitch, he's like a Kobe Bryant type of white bitch. The niggas like Hooded One are the type of niggas that they allow into things like the NBA, the NFL, and shit like that. Just dumb, stupid niggas who will do anything a white bitch tells them to do. Okay, because dumb niggas like that will get to the NBA and get to the NFL. What's the first thing they do? Well, the first thing they do is buy a car. I don't know. That's a good question. The first thing they do is really get a white woman, and a lot of times they get a white woman before they get a car. They don't even have a car to drive, and that's what white women do to these black male athletes. And these dumbass black men will start playing college football and playing college basketball, and the white women will be all over them. Oh, Javante, we love you. We love how you throw the ball, Javante. Darnell, we love it, Darnell. And have you ever thought about it? You got the black men on the basketball court and on the football field, and you got the white bitches as the cheerleaders during the games. I think that's a fucked up dynamic. I think that's a fuck. And so what happens? The big black nigga gets done playing the football game. All right. And the white woman will meet him after the game. She'll bribe him with her magical white girl charming skills. And this is what we got to start raising our black men, our young black men, to understand. Don't fall victim to a white woman's charm. And I don't. I was raised right. Okay, I don't have a racist bone in my body. I don't hate anybody. But a white bitch is not about to charm me with how nice she is. Because a white woman, because it's a game. All right, it's a method of manipulation. All right, so after the niggas get done playing football, after they get done playing basketball, the white woman will approach him. She'll smile in his face. She'll smile in his face. She'll laugh at his jokes. And next thing you know, he's getting drafted. And while he's getting drafted, you guys ever looked at the draft? Or like the NFL draft or the NBA draft? You'll have a black family inside of a living room or inside of a kitchen or inside of a room in a house. And you'll have a black man sitting in the middle of the table, and right next to him is a nasty, I'm not going to say nasty because that might get me taken down. But right next to him, you always have a white woman. Why is that? Well, it's because it's like, one, we're not taught to not fall for a white woman's charm. They'll bring you down. Look at what happened to Jonathan Majors. You guys would have heard what happened to Jonathan Majors. They scared the hell out of Jonathan Majors, that white bitch did. That white bitch came for his freedom. She got him arrested. Now the charges did later get dropped. She got him arrested. She lost him millions of dollars because, he was about to become the face of Marvel. I think it was Marvel. I don't follow superhero shit. But, Jonathan Majors, a black man, about to become the face of Marvel, the face of superheroes, brought down by a white bitch. Now, had he been listening to Woke Progressive, had he been listening to me, I would say, leave that white bitch alone. Let that one go. Let that white bitch go. He would still have his millions. He would be the face of Marvel right now. Jonathan Majors would be. But Jonathan Majors had to learn the hard way. Jonathan Majors got with this white bitch. She took him for all he had. She sued him in civil court, just like that bitch did Johnny Depp. And it fucked him off. It fucked him off. It fucked off Jonathan Majors so bad. Now Jonathan Majors is with a black woman. How do you like that? I think that's the most beautiful thing ever. That white bitch took Jonathan Majors for all he had. She got him locked up. That white bitch took his money, got him fired from his $1 million job. He had to downgrade his apartment that he had. I'm sure he had to downgrade cars. He probably is driving a Toyota now or some shit. Went from driving Porsches, now he's driving Toyotas. I mean, that white bitch just fucked him up in all kinds of ways, in all types of ways. And now he's with Megan Good, a black woman. And I say good for him. Good for him. And sometimes niggas got to learn the hard way. Sometimes niggas just got to learn the hard way. Kobe Bryant, even though Kobe Bryant made the same mistake twice, sometimes you got to get a rape charge or two before you got to get a domestic violence charge or two before you realize, leave these white bitches alone. Don't breed out the black race. And I'd say the same thing to a white man. Leave find you a good, healthy white woman. Now, don't get with no big fat white woman. I feel like big fat white women don't deserve men. I honestly do. Now, I honestly believe a fat white woman does. Hello. Okay, sorry, I kicked myself out. Gosh, because I got a phone call. Sorry about that. I'm gonna get this issue fixed. It's gonna take a couple of weeks when I get paid. Actually, when I get paid again, I got to pay my rent. So actually, it'll probably be another month. We got to go through the me being knocked out and sitting in the back and all that shit. You know, because I'm on I'm live streaming from a device that gets interrupted. But yeah, stay away from the white bitches, man. They're bad for you. They're bad for you. Luke Cage was better than anything Majors ever did. Um, I mean, I don't follow the superhero shit, so I wouldn't know. I really wouldn't know. Go pray the gay away. Who's he talking to? Talking and knowing nothing. Okay. He's upset that he's upset because I gave him valuable information. And Hooded One has always had he's always had this propensity to reject any type of knowledge. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything that was that mean to him, except that you cannot accept fifth and sixth and seventh and 18th and 19th hand information. All right. You have to go to the primary source. Or maybe if it's been two sources, maybe if it's not the primary source, but it's a secondary source. Okay. Primary and secondary. So by the time it's third hand and fourth hand information, you're playing a game of telephone and you really don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Now, he could use that information and apply that to the rest of his life and use that as a way to discard and accept information as he comes across it. But is he going to do that? No, this dumb nigga's not going to do that. He's mad. He's getting emotional because I'm telling him that his story that his wife's friends, brothers, dad's grandpa came up with about being lynched is probably not fucking true. It's probably not true. He's saying I'm a conspiracy theorist because I'm telling him to only use sources that are primary or secondary. Only believe information that's primary or secondary, or that you're witnessing yourself, or sometimes it can come from a trusted source, someone who you knew was on the field. Okay, but he's saying that makes me a conspiracy theorist. No, that doesn't make me a conspiracy theorist. That makes me a believer in the truth. Okay, I worked with some Egyptians, and those motherfuckers took prayer robes back to the kitchen and prayed in the kitchen. Yeah, man. Muslims don't allow the women to control everything. Yeah, Muslims definitely got that part about life right. Like I said, I think the Muslims are a little bit too obsessed with God. And maybe God likes that. I don't think that God likes that. I think that God would probably prefer to, in your life and acknowledge it. But I don't know if God just wants us constantly praising him and singing his admiration. All right. Yeah. I'm a stupid nigga that can't afford a computer. I'm sorry that keeps happening. Uh, I keep getting phone calls from different people. So hopefully people are done calling. And that's horrible for views. That's horrible for views on the channel. Going in and out like that, but that's okay. Um, I'm gonna drop the link and Hooded One. If you want to come up, you can come on up. Let's see. Join the truth panel. All right. So there's the link. Join the truth panel. Um, RBR used to have a rule where if you tell two lies, you get kicked off. Right. Not here at Woke Progressive. Here you get unlimited lies. You can tell as many lies as you want. As long as maybe I should have a lie rule. Maybe we should have a rule for the panel. If you tell two lies, you get kicked off. I think I'm gonna incorporate that rule. Because if we allow unlimited lies, then this is gonna fuck up the show. People are gonna be thinking that 2 + 2 = 7. You can't have people going around here thinking that 2 + 2 = 7. So yeah, we got to tell the truth. So yeah, you get two lies. All right, that's the new rule. If you decide to join the panel, you get two lies. You get to lie about two things. So not Truth Finder, Hooded One. If you come up here, you get to tell one lie about your friend's friend getting lynched, and one lie about how you love white bitches, and we're kicking you off, okay? Because here we love white bitches on the channel, but we don't date white bitches. Here, unless you're a white man. Now, if you're a white man and you're watching Woke Progressive, I hope you do date white women. That's what we would prefer that you do. That's what you should be doing. But if you're a black man and you're going around here, and I've heard Hooded One do it before. Hooded One loves him. He's one of those type of niggas that you will see walking around Walmart with a big fat white bitch. Those type of embarrassing ass niggas. I could not imagine if my life got so bad, right? If my life got so fucked up to where I would have to date a big fat white woman. And I had no other options. My only other option was to be with a big fat white woman. This is something that I'd be ashamed of. Hooded One is the type of he'd be proud of that big fat 400-pound bitch. And I've dated big fat 400-pound bitches before, but at least she was black. Okay. It makes it extra fucked up. Extraordinary fucked up if you're doing this with a big fat white woman, because I don't know, being that unnaturally fat just somehow looks more normal on a black woman. All right, I don't know what it is. Black women look better when they're fat, but a fat white woman, she's red. She turns red when she eats. She has not only that weird white people smell, she's also got that fat, funky woman smell. Fat women have a natural musk about themselves. You ever been close around a fat white bitch? I can't explain what it is. It kind of smells like dead fish in a way. I suspect, now I'm not sure, I haven't done enough research, but I suspect, and this is fat women of all races. Okay, I suspect fat women smell particularly bad because it would take a lot of time to reach in between every fat roll and get into certain crevices and crannies and nooks within her body. It takes a lot of time to get it into every single crevice. And so, depending on how fat she is, she's probably going to have a few crevices that are unclean because it's just a lot of body. Just imagine her back, okay? A fat woman, like when I was with Dynasty was 500 pounds. Don't you know I had to wipe down Dynasty's back for her? I'm not bullshit. Yeah, I had to wipe this bitch back down. And the reason I had to wipe her back down was because she couldn't reach back there. And if she wasn't back, if she didn't have me scrub it down, she'd be funky. All right. And this is every single fat bitch. Okay. Fat bitches, if they don't have some support, if they don't have help from a man or help from somebody scrubbing those crooks and crannies in their back, they're gonna stink. Okay. So If you get with a big fat white woman, all right, she's gonna have a. And white people just have. I think every race has their own smell. Now, you don't think your race has a smell because it's your race. Okay, so if you're white, you don't realize white people have a smell because you've been smelling that same shit all your life. Black people, we probably have a smell, but I don't know what that smell is because I'm black. I've been smelling it all my life. All right, so if you with if you're a black man and you with a big fat white woman, not only you smelling the white funk, you smelling the white funk, you smelling the fat funk, and I know the bitch pussy stink because fat bitches can't clean their pussies like that. Like they can't get in there and wipe it real. So her pussy stink, and a lot of them don't dress nice. A lot of them dress like they sloppy. I think it's the nastiest thing ever when I'm in Walmart, my local neighborhood Walmart, and I see a big fat white woman with a black man with no bra on, looking sloppy, riding one of them Walmart carts. I be wanting to tip the bitches over. Like you ever seen a motherfucker tip over a cow? I be wanting to tip the white bitches over. I'm not lying. Because yeah, walking around Walmart is, first of all, this is the first time you've been out of bed all day, bitch, and you choose to roll around Walmart instead of walking. This could be some good exercise for you, bitch. But a lot of white bitches don't do that. They get in the carts, they walk. Now the black man, hooded one, he'll be walking around the store with her. He'll be walking around the store, but the white bitch is always on the cart. Oh, poor hooded one. No, I'm just kidding. I kid you, hooded one. I kid you, man. Okay. A lot of Mexicans are taking those big old fat white bitches. Yeah, the Mexicans are just trying to get a green card. And that's true. A Mexican man will date just about anything as long as she's American. Because he wants to get a green card. You know, if you get married to an illegal, it grants them a legal status immediately. And so, yeah, Mexican will get. Now, does he really love the big fat white bitch? No, no, he doesn't. The only ones stupid enough to actually love these big fat white bitches are slow white men that are slow. Because a white man that's not slow is not gonna get with some big fat white woman. Okay, a white man that's slow is not gonna get with some kind of big fat white woman. Here we got hooded one. He's in the back. Authenticated with YouTube. All right, hooded one. I'm trying to put. It won't let me bring you up, hooded one. It's not giving me the option to bring you up. Hooded one is in the back, but it won't let me. Yeah, try to come. Yeah, leave and try to come back. But the only one who's stupid enough to do that are the black men. The black the black men will actually fall in love with them. The Mexicans, nobody's gonna fall in. I couldn't imagine a man falling in love with some big fat 500-pound funky woman. Because I'll be honest, I didn't really love Dynasty. I was just heartbroken. I was really just heartbroken. It was a bad choice. That's why I hate these shows. You ever seen these shows that come on like TLC, and there'll be shows like, oh, this unlikely pair fell in love, and you'll see like an 18-year-old boy with a 70-year-old woman, and they'll be saying, oh, he really loves her. Man, that 18-year-old don't love that 70-year-old bitch. You know, she's got money. I mean, he's probably a little bit slow. Something is wrong with this nigga for an 18-year-old to be after a 70-year-old. I mean, they have shows like that. You ever seen that hooded one?
Nah, I don't really fill my mind with, garbage. But what's up with these fat bitches you talking about, right?
Oh,
And the
what
Lynchings,
aspect of
right?
it? What's that?
And yeah, you said, and I quote that I'm probably the type of nigga that walk around Walmart with a 500-pound white bitch.
Yeah,
It's,
did you say your baby mama was white?
she's half white and she's smaller than me,
How big
dog.
is she?
What
How
the
much she
fuck you
weigh?
mean? Like 130.
130 plus what?
Uh, was that before or after she had my kid?
How much does she weigh? How much does come on?
130.
She weighs
And
130.
matter of
Okay.
fact, like it's really fucked up that you try to project yourself onto other people, right? You'll just because your life's fucked up and you date big bitches, don't mean all of us do,
Well,
right?
it's nothing wrong with
Like
dating
really.
a bit. Wait a minute, let me say this to the one.
Now
I don't
you
think
had
there's
them
any.
supersized bitches, nigga. You know what we used to call them in the hood? We used to call them Big Macs, nigga. Whoppers. That bitch is a whopper. Like that's really what you into, man. Not so
Well,
much myself.
I don't think there's anything wrong with dating a big fat black woman if you're a black man. If you're a black man.
I
But
don't.
if you're a black
I
man
think
and you're
it's.
dating a big fat white
I can't
woman,
do it at all.
but
No
okay, do you
big
at least
bitch.
understand what
No
I'm
big
saying though?
bitches. Nah,
But do you at
I
least?
want
But
no big
wait a minute,
bitches,
you
nigga.
understand what I'm saying though, hooded one? As have you ever seen a black man that would get with the big fat white women? You've seen that before, right? You know this. I'm not just making that
That's
up.
a fucking trope, but
That's
I
not a
ain't down
trope,
with
man.
that shit.
That's true.
It is a
So you
trope.
do you have what? So you've never been out in public at a Costco or a Walmart or whatever y'all have in
I'm
where
not
where
saying
you
it's not. It happens, nigga.
you know
Some people like big bitches,
stereotypes become
like
stereotypes
you.
for a reason.
You like big bitches,
I like
so
big
why you
black
hating on other
bitches. I
niggas that
like
like big
big black
bitches?
bitches. You'll never, man. I like big black bitches. You'll never catch me with no big fat funky ass white woman. Now I
What's
might
the
catch
difference?
you with a big fat funky white bitch.
You
You
never,
would
you
get with
never,
one of these big fat white bitches.
never.
You will never catch me dead with no big fat white bitch. I don't even want no big fat white bitch in my face. What the fuck I look like?
So, would you date a Latina?
No, black only. I don't
Holy
want to fuck
shit!
up my.
No wonder why
You don't
you
have
fucking
any racial
word that
pride, nigga.
you're.
What's that?
It's no wonder why you're so like fucked up, man. Like,
Well, no. I mean, no. It's no wonder why you're so fucked up. Why you're taking 19th hand
I'm alright.
information. A black
What you
man is
mean?
meant to be with a black woman. I mean, that's
What
what
you
it's
mean?
supposed to be.
All right. So about the lynching thing, right?
Did you say what I
I
mean? I'm
actually
sorry. I
know
was
these people. All right. I actually know these people, right? And they told me that her dad had got lynched back in the 70s, early 80s, right? And I looked this shit up,
oh, okay.
and
You're
the
saying
shit
back in the
happened.
day. Oh, okay. Now that makes sense. Maybe I should have inquired a little bit. That makes sense if it happened back in the day. But if you had been listening to what I said, I'm
But
saying in a modern day context.
that's in our memory though. Like it's in living memory,
Yeah, okay.
right?
I mean, I
She
take
was
your
there.
I take your
You know what
point.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
I
so
take
for
your
you
point
to
on
say
that.
that, that was fucked
Would
up,
you
man.
date?
Like,
So would you date a big fat white woman?
no, I don't date big bitches, period. Okay? Nigga? What the
Okay.
fuck is wrong with you? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Well, I mean,
I've never even
you
thought
were putting
a
up
big
such a strong
bitch.
you were putting up such a strong defense for the big fat white bitches earlier. Yeah,
What the
I
fuck are
thought
you
maybe you
talking
would.
about? Hey
Well, you
yo,
were putting up the defense. You were putting up a
I've
defense
seen
for the.
you fuck big bitches, period. Like, yo. And
Well,
then
you've never seen
how the
me.
hell are you gonna like one of them pulled a knife on you, dog? What the fuck was that about?
Yeah, that was Dynasty, man. I caught her cheating on me multiple occasions, and I would talk shit to her, and I'm really good at talking shit and saying just the right stuff to piss the women I'm with off. She got the knife and she came at me with it. But the thing with her is Dynasty is real big, but she's got short arms. She's got fat, stubby arms. And so her striking distance with the stabs was very short. And she wasn't that agile. She wasn't that fast. And so when she
Of
would
course.
stab at me with the knife, I could just move back real quick and avoid the stab, which is what you saw in that video. You saw in that video, she stabbed at me and I jerked back real quick. And that's because she's not agile. Now, was she a little bit lighter and a little bit faster, she probably would have got me. I probably wouldn't be talking to you right now. But because she's not very agile and she's not only fat, she's a little bit slow. She didn't stab me.
Yeah, so I'm gonna repeat this. All right.
Yes.
I don't do big bitches at all. That's what you do, nigga. And you love
Yeah.
that
I
shit.
mean, why? I mean, I want to clarify. Only big black women. I don't just date big women in general. I never get with one of these big fat Mexicans. I never get with a big fat white woman. I don't think I've ever seen a big fat Asian woman. Now that I think, have you ever seen a big fat Asian
Yeah,
woman?
yeah, I've seen a couple overweight Asian
I don't
people.
know, man. I don't think Asian women can get fat. I mean, on a if rice is a
I've
staple in
seen
your
it.
diet, if you're eating rice every day, rice doesn't contain too many calories. That's probably why. And Asians don't eat a lot of fried foods. They'll sell us fried foods, but Asians don't eat a lot of fried foods. I've never seen. Now I see big fat Hispanic women all the time, but you got to look at the Hispanic diet. All those tacos and the cheese and all that shit.
Yo, have you ever
Tortillas.
been to Texas?
Oh yeah, man. I used to live in Texas.
Oh, word, word. So, what did you notice about like most of the Mexican ladies down there?
Man, I don't be checking. I noticed most of them
I mean,
spoke Spanish.
did you notice like their stature or anything?
Yeah, most of them spoke Spanish. Most of them were a little bit overweight, and they were friendlier than black women. I'll say that. But I noticed most of them they're not like the Mexicans in Arkansas because the Mexicans that come to Arkansas they have to be they have to be culturalized, and I know that's not a word. I'm making that up. They have to be cultured to be accepted in Arkansas because there's not going to be too many opportunities in Arkansas for a Mexican if they are not able to speak English and able to interact with everybody. There's just not going to be too
You
many
said you were
opportunities.
from Little Rock.
Yeah, but
That's a
and what I
tough
noticed
town,
about
man.
Mexicans in Texas, they can really come straight from Mexico. They don't have to speak English. If you a lot of Mexicans I ran into up there, if you start speaking English to them, they'll look at you upside your head and look like they want to fight. They don't like when you speak English to them. They get mad when you speak
But no,
English
the
to them.
Mexicans were actually cool, like in Texas and shit. It's in
Well, I
other
call all of them
places.
Mexicans. If you speak Spanish, in my mind, you're a Mexican. Now they could have been Guatemalan or Honduran. I don't know what the fuck. To me, it's
It's in
all
other
Mexican.
places where I had issues, but in Texas itself, like it was all love. But yeah, it was a little bit different
So
when
why do you black men do that? Like, why do you black men gravitate to women of other races like that? You're not
um,
happy with black
I
women?
typically just if I'm just in a room and a chick's in a room, and if she says, "Hey, I like you," I'll be like, "Yo, I like you too," and then we fuck. It doesn't matter what the race is.
So
Nothing.
man, that's some desperate ass shit. That's some
No,
desperate
it's
ass
not.
shit. Nah, yes it is. You said if a chick walks up to you, or some big fat Mexican chick walks up to you on the
I ain't
road
say big fat.
and says,
I don't
"I
do that. I don't do
me
that.
gusta,
That's you.
me gusta es
That's you.
like you,
No,
me
matter of
gusta
fact,
es tú."
I got a Costa
You
Rican
gonna
chick
fuck
right
the bitch.
now.
That's what you just said. If a big fat Mexican bitch walks up to you and says, "Me gusta es tú," you gonna fuck the bitch. And I
So
got more class than
so
that, man.
in
I hate to tell
reality,
you.
right now, right?
Wait a minute. I've got more class than that. All right, if a big fat Mexican bitch walk up to
What
me talking
class you
about some
got,
"Me
woke?
gusta
You
es
stick
woke
man,
progressive,"
nigga, shut up. Bitches be
I'm gonna
pulling
say,
knives on
"Big
you,
fat." I'm gonna
cheating
say,
on you.
"Satan, get thee behind me." That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say,
Nigga, your
"Satan."
chick so goddamn big, her elbows got elbows, nigga. Like, get the fuck out of here. You ain't got no class, nigga.
No,
You out here
I'm a
just like
classy
the
black
rest of
man.
us. Why the fuck do you always put yourself on this position where you feel like you're lofty or some shit? You're not. You're a nigga just like me. You're a man just like me. But the difference is you fuck
The
500
difference
pound
is,
bitches.
no, the difference
I
is
don't.
I'm not dumb. That's the difference. Yeah, we're both black. We're both men. You're right about that. But the difference is I'm not dumb. I'm not gonna go out here
And
dating
you're
some
gay.
big fat Mexican woman. I'm not gonna go out here dating some white woman. Yeah, now, like I said earlier, you would be the type of black man if you went to the NBA or NFL. Uh, the first thing you would do is get a Benz and then get a white woman, or get a white
Nah, the
woman and
first
get a
thing,
Benz.
nah. My I'm not like most other people. First thing I'll do is manage my assets.
Yeah, that's what all niggas say. Manage my assets. That don't even
Yeah,
mean
yeah.
shit.
That's exactly
Manage your assets.
what
That
I'm
don't
doing
even
now.
mean shit. What you gonna manage your assets at the casino? You gonna manage your assets at the club? Are you managing your assets doesn't mean anything. You ain't ready for no big money, is what I'm saying. Look, so let me ask you this. You said your baby mama was a half white woman, right?
Yeah.
How many baby mamas do you have?
Just one.
Just one. What about the majority of women you have you been with? Majority black women, majority Mexican, or majority
I've
white?
been with all types of women, man.
Nah, shit.
All
That's the
types.
shit I'm talking about. We got one of these diversified niggas up here. Look, and that's what I'm saying. We don't need to try to be diversified niggas. You want to diversify. Excuse me. You want to diversify the type of women you talk to when you should just be with black women. I don't know what's up with you niggas and
Why?
thinking that, oh, well, I'm gonna get with
Why?
a
Why?
white
Why should I
black
do that? Why?
because the black man was designed for the black woman. The white man was designed for the white
That's
woman.
not. That's
You
not a
weren't
good enough
designed.
answer.
If I'm talking to a white woman and she said I just slept with a guy and I say who you slept with, and she point to a nigga like you, I'm immediately gonna lose respect for that white bitch. Immediately, any white woman that sleeps with you, something got to be wrong with her, right? Because I mean, you don't. I'm not attacking you. This is gonna sound kind of cruel, but you ain't
I'm
got a lot of
listening.
money. You ain't got a lot of money. You a
You don't know
drunk.
what I got, dude.
You a drunk. You can't hold down the job.
What?
You
Who told you
you in
that?
that funky ass
Where
apartment.
you get that
Now
from?
now what
Where
white
you
bitch
get
in
that
her
from?
right mind? What white bitch in her right mind would sit up and lay down with that? That's a white
You ever
woman
been
that
to
ain't got no
Iowa?
respect for
I
you,
think you don't
or
know
she
white
ain't she
people.
ain't got no respect for her damn self.
You
If
ever
she
been
lay
to
up with you.
Iowa, nigga? Do you even
Oh
have
yeah, some
any white
nasty ass.
friends?
That's the white women you slept with in Iowa. Yeah, some nasty ass white bitches in Iowa. I just moved back from Omaha, Nebraska. It's right there on the Iowa border. It's some nasty ass white bitches in Iowa. That's who you was sleeping with?
It's nasty ass bitches everywhere.
Nah, it's some nasty ass cornfield ass bitches. Children of the corn ass white bitches in Iowa, man. Them white
You
bitches are
just dumb
different.
as fuck though. Like for real.
Nah,
Like
man.
for
And
real. Dumb
Iowa's a
as fuck.
bullshit ass state anyway. Fuck the whole state. I used to work in Iowa, man. It ain't nothing but a bunch of
You did? What
cornfields and
part?
rednecks in
What
Iowa.
part? What part?
I was what I think Council Bluffs, that area, the Council Bluffs, and what else? I was mostly in the Council Bluffs area. I'm trying to think of some of the cities I worked in Iowa. I don't even remember the cities I would go. I would have to look at a map. But I wasn't in Des Moines. I never went into that part of Iowa. I always wanted to while I was up there, but I never made that trip. But
Yeah, you don't know shit
yeah,
about Iowa, man.
is that where you're from? Are you from you? But it's no blacks in Iowa. That's one thing I realized
Yeah,
about the
there
whole
is.
fucking state.
Yeah,
Ain't
there
no
is.
niggas in Iowa, man. In what part?
Yeah,
Not even
there
Des
is.
Moines. You judge a population by what percentile of blacks they have. Des Moines, I looked it up about a year ago. I think Des Moines had less than
You
twenty
know how
percent, maybe
close. All right, so
less than twenty
Chicago is
percent.
maybe like an hour or two away from me, right?
Yeah, exactly. Y'all niggas are
And
y'all got to talk about how far you got to drive to a city that actually has niggas. That's what I
no,
realized,
no,
and
no, no,
that's
no,
why
no.
y'all. That's
Those
why most
niggas
black
are
people from
here,
Iowa. That's
dumbass.
why y'all fucked up in the head. Y'all really, I would not recommend a black person moving to a state like Iowa because y'all around all them fucked up ass white people, and those white people end up fucking y'all up. I would
What the
recommend
fuck are
you
you
leave
talking about?
Iowa.
What? Hold on. I need specifics. What do you mean by fucked up ass
Uh,
white people?
Well, the cornfield ass white people that isolate themselves in rural areas. Now, some
I
of
live
them are
in a
pretty
city.
cool. Some of them are pretty cool. No, Iowa is one big cornfield, man. I've driven through the state. Iowa is one big cornfield. And black people don't know shit about cornfields. Now, maybe a cotton field, we'd be okay. But black folks don't know shit about no fucking cornfields, man. And when you get black people and you put a nigga in that type of environment, around those type of white people, you know a white person got to be fucked up if they're raising cornfields for a living and they live on a farm and raise nothing except corn. These be some off the wall, weird ass white people. Why do you think every other state in every other state in the United States or most of the state does primaries when we're voting for president. Iowa does caucuses. You have caucuses where you actually have to meet up at the city hall and raise your hand and tell who you're going to vote for and discuss who you're going to vote for. Nobody votes like that except some motherfucking weirdos in the weird ass cornfield ass
You
state of
know what's
Iowa.
really crazy though? Like you
What's that?
actually think like the white people out here. Like
Nah, that's an insult.
your
Satan,
politics.
the
No,
devil is a
seriously,
lie. The
seriously.
devil is a lie. I don't think
Your
I saw
politics,
them motherfuckers, and they do
everything
meth.
about you.
That's not to even mention the
You
meth
mirror
problem.
all their talking
The
points,
motherfuckers don't do
right?
shit in Iowa. A motherfucker in Iowa don't do shit except raise corn and smoke meth. That's all I saw. Every time I would come to the state of Iowa, I'd always see somebody. They'd always be smoking meth, or they'd be raising corn. It would
They
always be
have
one of
the
those
same
two things.
politics you have, you know? Those cornbread, meth smoking ass white people. They spit the same shit you spit. Exactly the same.
No,
There's
no,
no
no, no.
difference.
I mean, I know you're gonna defend them, man. I know you're gonna defend them because that's what you grew up around.
No, no, because
It
I don't
doesn't
fuck
seem
with.
like you
I
actually
don't
grew up
fuck with.
around
I don't
actual
fuck with
black people.
like alt right motherfuckers. I don't like them. I don't like you either.
Well, it's not about being alt right. It ain't got shit to do with
That's
alt
what you
right.
are.
It
You're an
has
alt
to
right
do with a
parrot.
culture
You're a
you
talking
grew up.
head. You flap your gums. You you'll spit QAnon conspiracies. That's what you do, nigga.
Okay. Well, I mean, how many women have let's do a racial demographic of the women you've been with. How many women have you been with total? Give an estimate, even if you don't know an exact number. Are you
I
there,
don't know.
Headline?
More than 10. More than 10.
More than 10? Okay, let's call it.
I stopped counting.
Let's call it 10. Okay, okay. And out of those 10 women, how many were white?
I don't know, nigga. Shit, I don't fuck all. I don't really go by skin color. I go by hair color.
Okay.
And yeah,
What
it's
kind of
a lot of
dumbass
them.
shit is
A
that?
lot
That's
of
the
them. I
dumbest shit
just,
I ever
well,
heard.
that's
So
because you
you
don't get
and
pussy.
that's how that's what I'm talking about, right? Shit like that right there. Them Iowans got you so fucked up in the head to where you can't tell if a bitch is white or black.
It's the
You got
first
to look
state
at the
that I
hair.
ever been to.
You mean you can't look at a bitch
Calm
and
as
tell
fuck.
what race she
I
is?
go. Do you realize like how how far I've traveled? Like it wasn't just Iowa. This is just where I chose to fucking sit down and just be. But like it's
Well,
not just Iowa.
the point in life is examining the bad choices we've made and making steps towards fixing those bad choices. You've obviously
You
made the
sound like
bad
you live
choice.
a life of regret. Like I never
No. If I
actually
lived in
did
Iowa, I
anything.
would live. If I lived in goddamn motherfucking cornfield ass ridden Iowa, it's not even the good corn. It's not even the sweet corn.
Hey,
Y'all
for
raise
real
like
though, I
deer
came
corn
out
and
here
shit.
to
Y'all raise
exactly
motherfucking deer corn and
because.
shit. It's the nasty ass corn, not even edible for human consumption.
Hey, from
Like
here, you
it's
think
just a
I give a
bullshit
fuck?
ass state, man. I mean, just admit that you settled down in a bullshit ass state with a bunch of big fat funky ass white bitches. Now you want to say I'm a conspiracy
They're not.
theorist.
They're
Now
not.
you want
They're
to
not.
attack
They're
me
not.
because you chose to settle in this fucked up ass state. That was your choice. Nobody else made that choice. Nobody for. Were you born in Iowa? What state were you born in?
I was
What
born
state did you
on the
grow up
East
in?
Coast. I was born
Huh?
on the East Coast,
So you what state in the east on the East Coast?
far away in a distant land.
So was it like a family curse? Was Iowa a family curse? Did your family just
No, I
get
came out here because
by
well,
yourself?
yeah, exactly. But if
So
you
out
would
of all the
allow me
places
to
in the world you
finish,
could have went to, why Iowa? See, now I'm
I've been
starting to
to
think something
Atlanta.
wrong with you. Because at
No,
first
no,
I
no,
gave you
no.
the first I
See,
gave you the
see, you
benefit of the
just like to
doubt.
talk. Shut the fuck up for a second and let me talk. All right.
All right. All right, go ahead.
So I moved to Iowa because my life at one point was fucked up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm not full of regret like you are, but it was fucked up. There were circumstances happening around me that I could not control, and still, no matter how hard I fought, there was nothing. Like I just couldn't make a fucking headway, right? There was fucking people dying every fucking couple of days, all types of
Wait, where the
shit.
hell were you at? Were you in Detroit then?
Nah,
Where were
but
you at? The people
I
were
moved
dying
out
at.
here because it's quiet and because no one would have ever fucking thought that I would. Like I've been to larger cities, I've been to Atlanta, been to Houston, like any major city in the South I've been to. It was but Iowa is just different, right? It's just different.
So, did you meet a woman in Iowa? What? Why Iowa? You said you don't. Your family raised you on the East Coast, and you chose to go to Iowa in adulthood, correct?
So if you like actually like talk to people out here, you'll
Well, no,
realize,
I'm asking a question. Your family, you chose to go to Iowa in your adulthood.
yeah,
What? Why Iowa? What caused you to go there?
because people are so fucked up out here that I feel normal. Like I hear their stories and I feel normal. Like, "Oh, I'm not as fucked up as that guy." And then I just, you know,
And you want to live. You want to live around those kind of fucked up people,
hey, you
just so you
fucked
can
up,
be
man.
reminded. You want to live. You see how ridiculous that shit you just said is.
I
You want
don't
to
care.
live around these type of people so that you feel better about yourself. But if
You're
you're
kind
living
of fucked
around
up.
these type of people, what does that say about you, Hooded One? If
I
these are the
am
type
fucked
of
up.
people, right? Well, yeah, you deserve Iowa. So don't say shit. If you know you're fucked up, don't say. Don't get mad when I talked about the fucked up state you're from. I mean, you're not even from Iowa. You're an Iowan by choice, which is somehow even
You,
more fucked up.
hey, you're
I was going to
stupid
give you
for
the
even
benefit of the
talking about
doubt.
it. Like I
I was
don't
going to
give a
give you the
fuck.
benefit of the doubt had you just been
I know
born
this shit fucked
in
up, nigga.
unfortunate circumstance. I was going to give you the benefit of the doubt had you just been born in the unfortunate circumstances of being born in Iowa. I was actually going to give you the benefit of the doubt for that. But you made that fucked up ass choice, nigga.
No,
You
it's
got to
not
deal
fucked
with
up
it.
because I'm
You got
alright.
no.
Like
That's a very fucked up choice to move to a
I'm
fucking
alright.
cornfield, nigga.
I'm
It's a
good.
very
I'm
fucked up
good.
choice to move to
Yeah.
a cornfield. Very fucked up.
I don't
What
live in a
nigga?
cornfield.
What have you ever seen a black person, period, in the fucking cornfield? The whole state has like three black people. Your state has like three black people.
Nah,
You
it's
and
niggas
two
all
other
around.
retarded ass niggas. So why make
It's
that
niggas
choice?
all around, dog. Like for real, it's niggas all around here, man.
Ain't
For
no
real.
black people.
I'm right
Ain't no
around the
black
corner
people.
from Chicago. And the same shit that happened there happened here. Which is very unfortunate.
Okay. Well, do you plan on staying in Iowa for the rest of your life?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm comfortable right now.
Well, why
Like
not
right now I'm
Omaha?
talking to you.
Omaha's a pretty good city.
What the fuck is Nebraska? Nah, hell no. Hell no. You go
Now,
further
Nebraska
west.
as a
Like
state,
it's
let me say
fucked
this.
up here. It's fucked up
I
in the
agree.
Midwest.
Nebraska as a state ain't shit.
Hell
Nebraska as a
nah.
state is a piece of shit. But Omaha itself isn't that bad. Omaha ain't that bad.
There's definitely no black people there. What the fuck?
Well, it's like
Yo,
10. Now Omaha has a couple more black people than Iowa does. I think Omaha is
I
like
doubt it.
15% black. No, Omaha's like 15% black. The state of Iowa has less than 10% black population.
Oh, word, 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 word.
Yeah, because
But
I mean,
like right
I
now,
gotta
I'm
look.
talking to you. I got this huge ass TV. Like I'm on my Xbox. I'm staring at my character that I made in this game. Like I'm comfortable as shit. Like no
You
matter
know,
what you say, like I came out here and I made a life for myself, and I've been here.
well,
You know
that's
what I mean?
good. You know that's good. I'm not gonna knock that, man. That's a good thing that you decided to go out there and make something of yourself, and that's good. I'm not knocking that. I don't want you to fall into depression or start feeling bad. I'm just saying, out of all the places you could have went to, Why go and establish yourself? Why do it in that fucked up ass motherfucker, man?
My family
No, I'm not saying go to Chicago or nothing like that because you don't want to. You don't want to be around too many black people in a
just
fucked up
wanted
city
to
that's
get
like
the fuck
Chicago.
out the way.
But you also
Like
don't want to be whited out. You also don't want to
I
be
could
whited out as a
literally
motherfucker like
like out
Iowa.
here I can literally walk into a crowd and just disappear. You know what I mean? Like
Nigga, your black ass stick out like a sore thumb in Iowa. What are you
no,
saying?
I don't.
You stick out like a sore thumb in Iowa. Don't like
No, I don't.
if you're walking around the average Iowan looks
Now,
like a former.
if you go to like a rural town, yeah. But where I'm at, I'm in a city. Like it's it's not like that. I can fade away into a crowd and just disappear, and that's exactly why I came out here. Like most people, they hear my accent and they think I'm from Chicago, which is really weird. But it
So
gives
you
me
like being
cover.
around. So you like being
It
around
gives
all
me
them white
cover.
people.
Nah,
That's
nah,
what you.
nah. Just nigga, you stupid. Nigga,
No, I'm just asking. You
you
like?
you just you just you just
I
told
think
me
that's
I should
probably
go
one of the
to
reasons why you be on YouTube all
Omaha,
the time. Cause you know
Nebraska.
YouTube.
Like that's the most white place in
No,
America besides like
Omaha
Utah.
is pretty white. Omaha is pretty white. I'll give you. Now, Nebraska as a state is white as fuck. I wouldn't recommend a black person moving anywhere except for maybe Omaha. And the reason I would say Omaha,
And what
there's
really
money in Omaha. Omaha is one of those cities where there's lots of money in Omaha. Warren Buffett is from Omaha. He lives in Omaha. I lived about about 10 minutes or so away from Warren Buffett's house in Omaha. Bullshit, you not. And there's lots of money in Omaha. There's lots of opportunities in Omaha. So if you're a black person and you're seeking opportunity, then I'd say Omaha is the place to go. But I mean, for social purposes,
I so
you're not going to do a lot of
I make four
socializing.
times I make four times what I made in Virginia, and I got a bullshit job right now,
You
and
left
I make
Virginia.
four
Virginia
times.
seems like a nice state, man. Virginia, you
Yeah,
left Virginia
you
and you
go
went
where
to
I come.
fucking Iowa. You left goddamn a good state, a beautiful state like Virginia, like Virginia, to go to the cornfields of Iowa, man. Something got to be wrong with you, hooded one. What's wrong with you, boy? What's wrong with you?
I came out here to fucking disappear.
I came out here to fucking disappear. All
Yeah,
right.
fade away.
All right. Well, I mean, I instead of making drastic bad choices like that, they have
It
psychologists and
wasn't.
shit for that, man. Maybe are you on
It
medicine?
wasn't a bad choice, nigga.
How
So
long?
like,
How long?
you're
How
from
long?
Little Rock, right? Little Rock is off the chain, right? But
Well, no,
I
I'm originally from an even smaller town in Arkansas. It's called Magnolia, and it's a
okay.
popular. Nobody's ever heard of that. Its population is like 10,000 or so. And I moved to Little Rock after I graduated high school in 2012. And I've been in Little Rock for about pretty much all of my adulthood, except for I moved to Texas for a short period when my dad stayed there, and then I moved to Omaha for a couple of years with my girlfriend. But other than that, I've been in a Little Rock. Someone said Yagnolia. A lot of people, say Fagnolia. I
So
hope I don't get down for that.
from what I understand, in the '90s, Little Rock, Arkansas was off the chain.
Oh yeah, man.
Um,
I mean, anywhere you have a high concentration of black people, like
uh,
Little Rock does, the population of
so
blacks the black population here in Little Rock is about 40 to 50%, depending on what census you're looking at, what report you're looking at. Little Rock is almost half it. It's actually majority black, 30% white, and about 20% Mexican or so. So Little Rock is, there's a
So
Why
where
did
I'm
they?
from, it's pretty much the same, right? But we grew up on
There's
opposite
no
ends
cities
of the
like that
track.
in Iowa, though. There's no black
No,
cities
no,
like that in Iowa.
no. I'm not from Iowa.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. In
So
Virginia.
where I'm from, it's pretty much the same, right? But
Yeah. Okay.
the thing is, like, you grew up on the opposite side of the tracks from me. Like, you have like affluent family and shit, right? I
No,
grew up
no,
in
no,
the
no,
hood.
not at all. My
Nah,
family
nah,
was
nah. Your
definitely
aunt is
lower
a
middle
fucking
class.
judge. What?
No, no, no. My family was lower middle class. Me growing up, my mom. This was later in life. She ended up getting her master's degree and becoming a social worker. But this was in my adulthood. In my childhood, my mom didn't work, and my dad worked at a warehouse. Now he made
Okay.
okay money at the warehouse, but it was just his income supporting four
Excuse
kids
me.
and the wife. And I was the oldest of four, so we grew up very much so middle class. I didn't grow up affluent at all.
Your aunt's a judge, right?
Oh no, my aunt's not a judge. My aunt is she's a state worker. She works, well, she's retired now. But she worked for the state. She made decent money. She didn't make a lot of money. She made
Okay.
decent money enough to be. But that's when I don't live with my aunt anymore. I moved out. I moved from Omaha after I left Omaha and came back to Arkansas. I lived with my aunt for no a few months or so, and I just moved out of there. I just moved into my own apartment because I wasn't finna. I'm not like Jimmy. I don't believe in living on my relatives long term. So
Yeah, so like I didn't really grow up in poverty, but I know the struggle, right?
yeah. I mean, what's the
I grew
struggle?
up in
Because
the hood for real.
the struggle means different things for different people. The struggle could be having a
So
lot
what's
of
the struggle
meals
for
to
you?
eat. The struggle to me is having my family for Chris. We'd only get a new game system during Christmas, and the struggle would be not being able to have the Xbox and the PlayStation, and having to argue with my siblings between what game system we would get because we couldn't afford both. We could only afford one.
Like the
Um,
struggle for me was like I had to dodge like the city workers early in the morning when I walked outside with the fucking key to turn on our fucking water, right? I had to fucking steal motherfucking electricity meters out of other people's apartments and pop that shit in mine
oh
as a
man,
little kid. You know what I mean?
to
Like,
have electricity.
yeah. After my dad got locked up and shit, like shit was
God damn,
different.
what did
Like
what did your dad get locked up for?
I can't talk about it.
Nah, come on, you mentioned it. What did he get? Is he still locked up?
He died.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What happened? He died in prison.
Yep.
Did someone kill him?
Nope.
He just died of natural causes in prison.
Yep.
Was he serving a life sentence when he died, or did he have a set amount of years?
He. They gave him 80. He was. They cut it and they cut it down to 40, but whatever.
God damn, what did he do? Did he kill somebody?
He was a lifelong criminal. He was a career
Well, I mean,
criminal.
even as a lifelong criminal, they're typically not going to give you 80 years unless you kill somebody or you do something.
He was a
Yeah, I
career
understand you don't want to
criminal,
talk about.
and that's all.
I
Like the
understand.
in and out of jail constantly.
Yeah, that's understand.
That was
Well,
that was his
that's
life.
part for the course for a lot of black men. At least you didn't. At least I mean, as a son, you did the right thing. You're living up to a better legacy. I mean, you did make the fucked up choice to move to Iowa, but I don't think you're a criminal. I mean, you talked about in your youth how you'd steal electric meters and put it onto your house and do shit like that. But that's not really criminal shit that's going to land you in prison. That might land you in jail for a couple of days. It's not gonna, so it seems like, you're leading a better life than what your father did. So that's a good thing. We just had Bug Eyed Deacon join. What's up, Bug Eyed Deacon? I don't know who this is. I think this is his first time.
Nah, it's not my first time work. You know me, mate.
What's
Oh,
good?
Ozzy. That's Ozzy. What's going on, man?
What's happening?
I did. I didn't know there was still a saga going on with Deacon. Deacon doesn't come to my channel. Next time you guys see Deacon, tell Deacon to give me a visit
Now, apparently, Deacon's got his own thing going on that other channel.
on RBR's channel.
Yeah, he's got his own thing going
Really?
on there with Yeti and some other dude, man. Yeah, and Cyber's just thinking about like just kicking back. Well, he's gonna be in the background and just lap it up, bro. Watch all the views go up. He thinks.
I mean, are people actually watching it though? I mean, who would give a
Nah,
fuck
there's
if they
not.
just
It's like, no one's really watching, man. I mean, he's still at his, he's old, antics. He's trying
right?
to get a crew together, man. He's trying to get a crew together because he knows single-handedly he can't hold an audience, man. He can't even hold one person in his chat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
And so he's got to recruit Deacon and Yeti. I mean, Deacon will, I guess, be the star of the show because if there's Deacon and Yeti and Cyber on the panel, the only person I'm really interested in, if they're saying something, is Deacon.
well,
It
he's
And
fucks
he's,
me up
he's
because he has Arthur like Arthur's with him too. Like that
yeah,
kind of
that's right.
bothers me. Like
hmm.
for real.
Yeah, Arthur's there as well.
I
But
think
at at the end of the day, work. Listen to this, right? So Cyber's put claims in to try and get try and build the audience up and get the channel monetized. And he doesn't want anything to do with the content. He just wants to sit back, So you can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to get the channel monetized, but at the same time, kick back and not do anything to get things done, and just rake in all the dollars while these slaves of his makes all the money.
I think you're right. I think that is his strategy. But the thing about it is, we aren't living in the old days of YouTube where you can just post content and it's automatically monetized. At least I don't think that's how it works. Don't you have to hit a certain monetization threshold? You
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
get so many
You got to hit
views.
your thresholds, like 1,000 subscribers, which RBR's already done that for him.
Yeah,
They're not
that's
really his subscribers; they're RBR subscribers. So
yeah.
they're saying something there, but he has to hit his 4,000 watch hours or whatever that is, and which it'll take him a long time to do that with just one person. It'll take him till the end of
Exactly.
time. Um, so yeah.
Exactly.
At
And
the
I
end of the
think
day,
YouTube has. What was that?
no, you go for it, man. I
I
got
think
you.
YouTube has those type of rules in place. I think just for reasons like that. So if a channel switches ownership, you sometimes have people who will buy somebody else's channel and start posting their own content. Usually, people don't steal channels like Cyber did, but in the event that that happens, I don't think that Cyber he's not entertaining enough, and he's just everybody hates him. And I don't know why Arthur and Deacon. I said in the last video, Yeti is slow, so I don't really fault him. Yeti don't know what the fuck is going on, but I don't know why Arthur and Deacon would co-sign Cyber's nonsense because there's been
I
multiple
understand
situations.
Deacon, but not Arthur. Like
Well,
but
you see, there's a certain thing. Sorry, Hooded. I just got to say one thing. There's a certain sort of person that Cyber's trying to target, and that's extremely gullible people.
Mm, hmm.
I mean, I seen something yesterday with on Jimmy's channel. Joseph Johnson was up there, and Joseph Johnson tried to hint that Cyber was using Jimmy's name in his titles. So, in hopes that Jimmy would go over there and maybe try and strike him or something like that. But it worked to be opposite. Jimmy went over there and subscribed to him. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, that's one of the extremely gullible people that will go and subscribe to Cyber and his nonsense. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, but the thing, even if you have an audience of gullible people, I mean, you have to have a certain amount of watch hours. Are people really going to stick around and watch that channel? I don't know if, because Deacons never had his own channel. Arthur at one point did have his own channel, but it didn't go anywhere. He probably still has it. You probably can still find it. It was called the AC Star Network. So he had that at one point. It didn't go anywhere. Deacons never had a channel. I mean, I guess them joining forces, it may turn out to be something. But
Well,
I
you
mean, if I
see,
had to give a prediction, I just don't see it. I just don't see
that's
it,
exactly
especially.
no. That's exactly right, Woke. Well, you see, with extremely gullible people, if Cyber was to do it on his own, let's just say if Cyber was to do it on his own, like he's been trying for the last couple of months, he might find the odd gullible person, but even gullible people get bored, man.
Exactly.
So he needs to find an alternative, which is Deacon, Yeti. Yeti's not really that much of a talker, man. Like he doesn't.
Right.
He doesn't really add much to the conversation at the best of times. But you got Deacon and Arthur. These guys can talk the house down, and they can be pretty entertaining. But they've got to understand that at the end of the day, this is now Cyber's channel that once was RBR's channel that got him all these subscribers, and he stole it off him. And you also got to think, man, like. He robbed RBR.
But they know that. They know that. And
Yeah, but
so
they've got to understand it, but they might know it, but they've got to understand the logistics behind it though, Hooded. You know what I mean? Like
understand and tell that they do what you want them to do. Is that what it is? They know exactly what the fuck happened. Well, at least Deacon does. Deacon dumbass. I know he does, right?
well, yeah, he knows as
But he
well.
just
And I don't know about Arthur though.
right? Motherfuckers gonna do it anyway. You know what I mean?
Oh
Just
yeah,
because.
100%. Yeah, definitely. But at the end of the
That's
day,
why
I think that it's just these. They've got to understand the logistics behind what Cyber's trying to do. He's trying to get it monetized. He wants that extra well, he wants an income coming in from YouTube. And to be honest, I really don't think he's going to be sharing that income. But he's
Yeah.
promising these
Oh,
guys,
definitely not.
I will be sharing it with you. I'll be sharing it with you. But they also got to understand that that's what he was saying to RBR. I'm going to leave your legacy up. I'm not going to be deleting all these, 4,000 hours of, or not 4,000, but hundreds of thousands of hours or whatever, how many hours it was of, you know what I mean, of content of RBRs. He promised that to him, and what did he do? He fucking went and
And he
extinguished it.
scrubbed the channel the moment. RBR wasn't dead for a week before Cyber went on the channel scrubbing the channel of anything RBR related. And it's just sick. It's absolutely sick that both Arthur and Deacon knew that RBR had a special request that his content not be deleted. Because I specifically asked RBR prior to his passing away. I specifically asked RBR, do you want your channel deleted or do you want your content up? RBR emphatically and in no uncertain terms stated that he wanted his channel to remain up. And Arthur's known knew RBR for a longer period of time than I did. Arthur knew that RBR would have wanted his content to stay up. Deacon knew that RBR wanted his content to stay up. I think what they're doing at this point, they're clout chasing. They see that there may be somewhat of an opportunity to have their own YouTube channel without actually having it, and go on RBR's channel and shoot the shit like they've always done. And perhaps for them, I think it's maybe more of a social thing, but Cyber absolutely has ulterior motives as far as making money from the content they're producing. And it's a maniacal tactic, but it's unsustainable, and that's the point I was gonna get at with it. Regardless of what Cyber is planning, he has these grand monetization schemes about how he's gonna monetize the channel and use Arthur and Deacon to do it. It's unsustainable. Because like you said, they can be powerhouses and they can, have pretty interesting and entertaining conversations, but it's not to the same level of RBR. They can't do that to the same level of RBR. And I don't think they can hold people's attention as long as RBR did. And I don't think they're as dedicated. And then with just their personality types all combined together, there's only a matter of time before Deacon, Cyber, and Arthur have a big falling out. That's just something it's inevitable that at some point they're going to fight with each other. They're going to, because Cyber's an idiot, Arthur's an idiot, Deacon's an idiot. In some ways, I mean, they're intelligent in some ways, but they're all hotheads, is what I'm getting at. And when you have three hotheads like that joining forces, I mean, it may be sustainable for a while, but in the long run, they're eventually going to fall out. This whole monetization scheme is going to be over with, and they're all going to be looking like a bunch of damn fools when it's all said and done, because in the end, RBR's channel got deleted. All of his life's work that he put here on YouTube was deleted, and Arthur and Deacon co-signed that because for clout. They did that for clout. And it's very sickening. But like I said, it's not sustainable. At some point, they're gonna butt heads. I've seen it happen 1,000 times over with these YouTube niggas. It happened. I don't know. You don't know Nyla and Taz, Ozzy, but you might know. I know you know Nyla and Taz, Hooded One. But these were a group of black people. They were hotheads. They would socialize with different YouTube channels, and they were a black couple. They would interact with different, but they were hotheads, and they would join coalitions and join forces with people at certain points in time. But it was always unsustainable. Eventually, something would always come up that would just be that would just make the whole house of cards fall down. The same, mark my words, I'm telling you, the same thing is going to happen with that channel. They're all in cahoots with each other now, but you got three fucking hotheads together. That's not going to be sustainable. They're not going to be able to do anything long term at that channel. Because first of all, it's RBR's channel. People were mostly subscribed to that channel because of RBR. With RBR gone, the channel is just a shell of it. Not even a shell of itself. It's something that's totally different. And the people who would have been subscribed to RBR may be interested in what Arthur and Deacon has to say, but they're not RBR. I think it would have been better if they just started their own shit and
Exactly.
attract an audience.
You remember? You
Yeah.
But
remember 2000 what 19 when RBR's chat was like that shit was explosive, right?
that's when I started watching RBR around 2019. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So like for me, right? I was there for the chat. That shit was fucking. I loved it, right? And yeah, niggas would be talking on a panel or whatever, but the chat was really where the life of the channel was, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what that's what fucking Cyber doesn't understand, right? He
Right.
can't create that same magic that RBR did. Even though I might have ignored RBR while I was in chat and just fucking around with everybody else, like
Mm-hmm.
he can't recreate that. He can't recreate that atmosphere. There's
Right.
no way he can do that. You know what I'm saying? That was once in a lifetime. Like that shit's gone now, right?
And the
And
thing with
so
RBR was a free
that
speech
channel need to
radical.
be deleted.
At times he was down with the censorship too. But RBR was a free speech radical. He at one point he said you have unlimited lies in the comment section, and you could get in the comment section and say all types of atrocious and crazy things about RBR. It wasn't until cyber, and you could even go on the panel in some situations and even say some of the craziest things, as long as you stayed away from Obama, and as long as you stayed away, and as long as you stayed away from talking about the billions of dollars that YouTube was gonna give to Black YouTube. You know, you guys knew that, but as long as you stayed away from those topics, RBR was a free speech radical. Cyber is not a free speech radical. Cyber is a cyber radical. He's a narcissist. He's only interested in himself and what he can do to build up his persona. And if you're in the comment section and you even give him the slightest critique, you're gonna get deleted. He's gonna
Yeah, he's
ban you.
sensitive as fuck. He's sensitive as fuck, bro.
Very sensitive, extremely sensitive. And I mean, just that type of banning environment where you can say the slightest thing and get banned. RBR, to Hooded One's point, in the early days, especially in the early days when I joined in 2019, the channel wasn't like that. You could go on and say just about anything. Now, he always said you got two lies when you came on the panel, of the truth panel. You got two lies, but you got unlimited lies in the comment section. And that just created a social environment in the comment section. It created a camaraderie in the comment section that I haven't seen it on any other channel. I mean, the comment section, people were friends, people got along, people were having their own conversations in the comment section. I mean, it was just a totally different type of
Nah, it
atmosphere.
was all flame wars. Like we was fucking flaming the shit out of each other in the comment section, man. Like,
Yeah, and a lot of times it was actually productive
and that's what's
and genuine
that's
conversations.
yeah, exactly. Like being able to argue your fucking points, being
Mm-hmm.
able to motherfucking you know what I'm saying, articulate whatever the fuck it is that you want to say. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's what RBR was back in the day.
Mm-hmm. Even if
So,
it
Hooded,
And
goes off the
I've got a
rails.
question for you, Hooded. How come you've stopped, restreaming Cyberman and he's fucking, and commenting on, like the
because
strange shit that he's doing?
not only have I started like playing, I've become obsessed with Baldur's Gate 3, but I just don't think he deserves it. Like none of the attention, like he don't deserve shit. And even if that means like myself included, like I'm willing to do that. Like I'd rather him not be seen at all.
Yeah, I understand that, but it would probably take away the views from his channel. I mean,
He's not even getting views. I've been watching every stream. He's
well, he
not
does
getting
get he
views.
does get he does get a couple. I mean, like I don't know if you go back to the last. Let me go back to the last stream of his, man, and I think there was like 60 something views or something like that. But if you were to
Like
stream,
he might
man,
get a
that
hundred.
would cut that in half, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah.
And yeah, I
You know
mean,
what
I
I mean?
agree with that
And
Hooded
and,
One.
and, and literally, I think there's a lot of people out there, Hooded, that would rather give you the views than him.
Mhm. Absolutely. I agree with that wholeheartedly, Hooded One. Because I mean, with the channel being the way it is now, I mean, I just don't even want to go over there and give them views, give them my
So
time hours. I mean, I might
his last his
if
last
you
stream that was up,
if you were
80
restreaming
views.
it. Oh well, that's nothing. that's
No,
I mean, that's
it's nothing.
RBR
But
never had a.
If Hooded was to stream it, he'd get those views. You know what I mean?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I get.
absolutely,
I
absolutely.
have like fucking 30 people in the chat down. It'll be popping.
I think you should
But
absolutely do a Hooded One for
the
sure,
thing
It's up to
and
is,
you,
just
but
like,
call
Hooded. I
out this
mean,
bullshit.
that nigga just boring, man. He just fucking dumb and stupid. Like half the
That's a good
time
point.
when I go live, when he go live, right? all he does is play that stupid ass music, right? Right? And then
Yeah.
I'll
But
be
I
sitting
think you
up
lost
for
me there
hours staring
because
at my
I might
fucking
actually start
screen.
doing.
Like this shit's just a waste of time.
Yeah,
Like I'm listening.
and I might actually the moment I realize the moment I get a laptop and I realize and I figure out maybe you can teach me this hooded one how you can do the restreams because I would love to do a breakdown of just how stupid and delusional and retarded the shit that comes out of Cyber's mouth is. This motherfucker is verifiably some type of mental patient, and it deserves somebody breaking it down. And so, if he's still going live in a couple of months or a month or so,
Like
whenever I
half
get
the
my
time,
laptop,
like I be disappointed as fuck because like I have people in my chat, they all be talking, but Cyber just does nothing. Like he'll just sit there. Like fuck that dude, man. Like fuck that guy, man. Like for real, yo. It's
He
a
has nothing to
complete
say, Hooded. He's just
it's a
streaming and
waste of
he's not
time.
saying nothing. He's just streaming this fucking god awful music, man. I understand what you're saying, bro.
Like, yo, I don't want to be like, because it takes energy for me to like. Never mind. Let me shut up.
no, you're good. It does take energy, but I've got time for Cyber. I've got time for somebody like Cyber. Um, just because I would love to be the one that was able to crush and destroy anything that
Hey,
he
what?
posts on YouTube. I would love to be the one to crush that and stop him right in his felonious tracks.
Hey, so what he's gonna do, right? As soon as you start restreaming them, right? He's gonna start striking your channel.
That's true. Now that's a
Hey,
real
so
possibility too. He will
no,
do
no,
it.
no. That's what's going to happen. And I
You're
know,
right.
like you are fucking. You just say the wildest shit ever. Like he is going to strike your channel. So here's what you do, right? You just switch like the speaking speed or the talking speed or the how the fuck do I explain this? You
You,
just
you
switch.
fast forward at half, like a 0.5 of the speed or something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
1.5 or
yeah, yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
And do not show any like RBR art or whatever. Just put up an overlay. Like you'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah, I might. Well, you should do that hooded one, and whenever you do that, I'll be happy to come up and give my commentary. I'm sure Ozzy would and other people would as well. I mean, because there's just a small market out there of people who hate cyber just like we do. And I love talking shit about them. I love the idea that our words are bringing down his wannabe fake ass punk ass empire, even though it's not an empire by it. It's RBR's empire that he stole, and it's actively going down anyway. It's going down the tubes anyway. And so, I mean, I get your point, Hooded One, as far as if we just left it alone, it's eventually going to die on its own. But I would love to be I would love to be part of the process that just catalyzes the death process for what's happening to cyber.
So,
And
what
shame on you,
in your own words, what?
shame on you, Deacon, shame on you, Arthur. Arthur actually it was on live stream when Arthur found out that RBR died. Arthur was just crying all these crocodile tears, going crazy, acting like he was passing out, acting like he was. I mean, and for him to do all that, and now he's playing a part on the channel that was stolen from RBR, on the channel where RBR's legacy was killed. Yeah, all of that was fake. Arthur is just a fake motherfucker. That just shows me he's as fake as I thought he was. There's nothing real about him.
So, in your own words, what are cyber's ulterior motives?
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Alternative motives.
Hey, how's it going? Logically speaking, I think
What
Cyber's
up? What
ulterior
up?
motive. Yeah, have you caught any catfish today, man?
No, I'm currently waiting on the catfish to bite, as you can see, but the catfish are not cooperating with me, sir. So I was, I had just peeped you out, and yes, I was in the comments, and he says, Alan still supports cyber, and I know that yes, I didn't mean anything about it, mean anything by it, so to speak, but. I support you too, Woke. I support you. You guys are all my RBR family, and I feel that way about you guys. And no matter what you do or where you go, I'll always be there to support anybody. I never had anything personal with against anybody over there. Even the people that talk crazy about me, y'all know that in my own so-called sector, the Umar Johnson sector, I've been at war for years. I've been at war for years. It was nice to come over there with you guys and just kick it for a minute. But I don't I don't know why are you mad at Cyber is I guess my question.
Well, I'm infuriated at Cyber because RBR put up over a decade of his life work on
Yeah.
that YouTube channel. He poured his soul into that YouTube channel. And prior
Mhm.
to RBR passing away, somebody, I think I've got to find the video of it, but somebody posted a restream of me asking RBR, if you pass away, do you want your content to go down? RBR emphatically said he did not want his content taken down, even after his death. RBR specifically stated he wanted his content here on YouTube to stay
Right.
alive, even after he was dead. I'm infuriated with Cyber because Cyber took it upon himself to delete all of RBR's content. Even RBR would post pictures of the nasty food he was eating. I thought some of that shit just looked horrible, but it was funny. It was funny.
Mm.
It's part of what drew us into RBR. And Cyber deleted all
Hold on, I
the
think I'm getting a
community
bite.
posts.
So keep going, keep going, keep going.
Yeah,
Ah,
Cyber, yeah, we want to see the fish if you catch it.
I didn't. I
Uh,
didn't. I missed him. I missed him. Go ahead. Go ahead.
but Cyber deleted all the community posts. Cyber deleted
Mhm.
all of RBR's videos, and I think that was just extremely disrespectful. And he did it with the intent of posting his own content and rebranding RBR in his own image, um, and pretty much saying fuck you to RBR in all of his life work. I think that was extremely disrespectful.
Mhm.
I think that was very unthoughtful. That just tells me Cyber never cared about RBR like you and I did. You and we actually care about RBR. Ozzy cared about RBR. Hooded one, I don't
I
know about
sent I
Hooded one.
sent
Alan,
RBR a lot of money. I spoke to RBR behind the scenes. You guys, I don't think y'all really understand how long I was listening to RBR, and because RBR knew some of the same people that I know today. Some of the dearest friends that I have, they were friends with Theron too. And so I
Mhm.
knew what Theron was up to and what he was doing. I wasn't actively engaged like you guys were because I was always doing my own thing down there, countering racism with Linwood and whatnot. So I still would peep in from time to time, but I didn't engage. Really didn't engage on YouTube until 2020. But what happened is, are we? If I heard correctly, Cyber was going with the wishes of Baby. He was running with
No,
Pam's wishes, and
no.
that's what I had heard from Cyber. And so all I'm
Okay.
saying is, are we taking the opportunity to say that, hey, Cyber's a liar, or it could possibly be true that that's what they wanted, right? The family wanted that because he was in touch with
No.
them.
Okay. Now this is making so much sense now that the fact that you're telling me this because I believe that at one point. But real life, I don't. Do you know real life? Real life is not cyberspace.
Yeah.
Yeah. So real life actually has a contact with the family, and she posted receipts on her channel. You can go look up her channel. Real life is not cyberspace, and she went to RBR's family as well. I don't know about Baby. I don't know about RBR, but it came out that RBR wasn't married to Baby.
Right,
They
right.
were,
But
but
I thought y'all knew that already. I
no,
thought
I
everybody
didn't
was
know that.
abreast of that. Okay.
Yeah, that was the information. That was new information to me. But it
Right.
ended up coming out that the family requested that Cyber leave the channel alone. Now, Cyber got on YouTube and lied. He lied to everybody and said, well, the family requested me to take all the videos down. But the family actually messaged Cyber and specifically told him to leave Theron's channel alone. Don't touch Theron's channel. RBR's sister was in contact with Real Life, and Real Life produced all the emails, all the text messages where the sister was texting Cyber saying, well, thank you for this, thank you for that, but leave the channel alone. Don't even go live. Like, just leave the channel as is. And Cyber came and lied on the family. And then the sister ended up confronting Cyber about some other stuff, and Cyber cussed out the sister. Cyber said something inappropriate to the sister, and Cyber and RBR's sister don't get along now. But that was
RBR's family knew exactly how he was before we even did. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so does it make sense for them to want to have his shit taken down? Like, they know he spent so much time sitting here and talking to all of us. Just,
but you got to think about it, Alan. Alan, you got to also think about it. Let me say my piece here. You also got to think about it this way, man. Did RBR ever need cyber security? Did he need security on the channel?
Well, to tell you the truth, I felt like, all right, at the time that the trolls were hitting him really hard and everything, I really did. I felt like it was a good thing that Cyber was there for him. It seemed like he was there to help RBR, because some really bad stuff was getting done to that man, and that's where. Yeah, I just felt like Cyber was somebody that was going to help RBR get his stuff together, and as far as I could tell, RBR appreciated what Cyber was doing for him. Did you not get? You didn't get that impression?
I think that goes.
So Cyber, the way you got to look at it as well is like, do you think Cyber was doing stuff that RBR couldn't already do?
Yeah.
RBR can protect his own channel, man. He can protect his own, well-being in his own, in real life as well. He was a man. You know what I mean? And as a man, you don't need another man to help protect your stuff. Do you understand what I'm saying, man?
But you do need another man to help you with technical things, and I think Cyber was way more savvy when it came to the technical side of things, and that's where RBR needed help. That's what I'm talking about.
All RBR needed to do was hit that live button, Alan. That's all RBR needed to do was just hit that live button, man, and put people down in the back like he used to, and all that sort of stuff. I mean, like, dude, there was no reason for Cyber to come on and do the things that he was doing. There was absolutely no reason for it, man. I mean, he ruined the show.
I never heard RBR complain about Cyber helping him with the security. I never heard him say, "Hey, I don't want you doing this. Leave it alone." I never heard that.
Well, no, that's right. He didn't complain about it. He didn't say he didn't want it. But also, he didn't say that he did want it. Cyber was forcing his way into RBR's mind with his narcissistic ways.
No, bro, I think that's a stretch. Now, you just set up and said that the man was a man, he could protect himself. I think RBR could think for himself, too. I believe RBR allowed Cyber to come in and help him, especially when things got really hot, hard, and heavy over there, with people sending stuff to his door and things like that. You have to understand now, there's another component of this, that a lot of that trolling and when things got really personal with RBR in ways that they hadn't been throughout his entire career, when things got bad, man, what kind of toll did that take on that man's health? I mean, for people that claim that they love him and things like that jumped out the woodwork and were crying their eyes out. People trolled the shit out of that man, and I ain't talking about just talking crazy online. I'm talking about, man, what is it with the pizzas coming to the door? People calling the house, sending the plumber over there. I mean, Jesus Christ, how much is enough, man? What I mean, it's like we expected RBR to sit back and take everything, and we were just, it was all part of the show. We laughed about it. RBR was telling y'all those things. He was very serious about those things, but we took it as, because of the way that RBR says it. Man, maybe he's joking. Man, maybe he's playing. Let's play along with it. You know, everything's not a game around here. And Cyber offered to help the man. And like I said, I didn't hear a protest, and I don't
All
believe
right,
that
so
RBR was getting
so so
manipulated.
so
let me just
like
jump in real quick.
literally
Hooded
that's
one.
not
Just give me
what
1 second.
happened.
Wait,
All
wait a
right,
minute. Let me just jump in 1 second, Hooded one. Let me just
and
jump
that's
in one
not
second.
the sequence of
Wait a minute,
events.
Hooded one. Yeah, let me jump in 1 second. So I think to what Alan Logic is saying, there is some legitimacy to that, and I actually agree with Alan Logic and Ozzy to a certain extent. So, did things at the channel get a little rough? Were people sending pizzas to RBR's house and calling them and doing all sorts of crazy things? Yes. Was Cyber the person to fix that? No. No, I think RBR was more than capable of just blocking people and not engaging with those people. But RBR was, his thing was more of pushing what he called the truth, pushing the intellectual value of the channel, pushing the entertainment value of the channel. So there may have been a slight need for someone to come in and do a bit more moderation that was happening because everybody had wrenches. You know, it was kind of a shit show at
And
some
it's
point.
like people
So
don't realize
1 second,
Cyber
Hoodie.
did all that before.
1 second, Hoodie. One. So I mean, there was
Nah,
some
fuck that.
need.
Cyber did all that.
I'll let you come back, but there was some need for some moderation. But Cyber wasn't the person to do that because Cyber went in with initially ulterior motives. Cyber did not respect RBR. Cyber didn't even really like what RBR had to say. He didn't like RBR and love RBR in the same way that we loved RBR. Cyber just simply didn't have that. So Cyber saw that, yeah, there is some need for some moderation. RBR is being harassed, and he was serious about talking about how he didn't like the harassment. Cyber saw, because Cyber is manipulative and Cyber is maniacal, he saw that as an opportunity to be a wolf in sheep's clothing and approach RBR to fill his narcissistic need for attention because he had his own channel. Nobody gave a fuck about his channel. He would go over to Bomb's Cherry channel. Nobody cared about what he posted on Bomb's, what he said on Bomb's Cherry channel. He was a very minor character on Bomb's Cherry channel. But when
Right.
he came to RBR's channel, he saw the opportunity to be a main character. And he could
Right.
use this facade as a cybersecurity expert. He could use this facade as someone who was being helpful to RBR. And unfortunately, because RBR saw that he needed this type of moderation to some extent because he was being harassed, RBR fell into it. But Cyber never had, I don't think from the very beginning, Cyber never had good intentions. His
Well,
intentions were never
you know,
pure.
you know what the way I get down is, man, I don't really delve into the, you know, who was thinking what and all that mind reading and stuff like that. I do know the man had the ability to tell Cyber, "Hey, look, bro, I don't need you. Pull back. I got it covered." Never heard RBR say a mumbling word, and the fact that Cyber was there to do the moderation means that, hey, this is something that he wanted. So but now,
I
but
mean,
the issue at
I,
hand, is what as far as the channel now, and with real life is not cyberspace. The thing is, I haven't seen those receipts, so I have to go look at them. So you know, I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you that you're incorrect, bro. I'm not. But I think that after the fact is different than why Cyber was there in the first place. And I do believe, if I have to go into what I believe, in my opinion, I think Cyber was genuine with that.
I don't
Cyber is
know.
never genuine, Alan.
Yeah, and
Cyber is
Alan, I
never
mean,
genuine.
and even at some point in the beginning, if you believe Cyber was genuine in his interactions with RBR, what about now? What about now that the fact that RBR explicitly stated he did not want his content removed, and Cyber has removed the content? Does that not give you any qualms about his
So
intent?
like Cyber
Well, I think
dug his
Wait a
you
minute.
guys are
Let
the
him respond
experts.
to the one.
You guys are the experts, man. Now you guys were there and interacting way more than I ever did, man. You guys are the experts, bro. But like I say, I
You should
spoke
be
to
an expert
RBR.
too, Alan. You should be an
No,
expert. You stated before that you were listening to every minute of RBR.
no, not every minute, bro. I didn't. I knew RBR had a channel for a long time, but like I
All
said,
right.
I didn't interact like that. You guys were into You guys were in that to in debates in and out all day, every day for years and years and years. I wasn't in it like that, but I talked to Theron, and I've never heard him say anything about I dislike cyber. And we had personal conversations. We had heart to hearts, and he never told me anything like that. But as far as what's going on with the page now, I guess you guys would know better than me, man. That's all I can say. I'm not trying to come up here and be a know-it-all. I'm not. But I didn't see cyber as the menace that I feel like he's being made out to be right here. Not taking up for him either. So
Yeah, I
So
mean, I
did
can
you
understand.
see Cyber like hump a fucking effigy that was supposed to be another man's kid? Did you
no,
see that?
It is a
You
puppet.
didn't see that?
no.
Did you like? Did you hear about Cyber like talking about lynching a black woman?
No.
Like, yeah, he does that. He
Yeah, you
does
missed a
that.
lot, Alan. You missed
Like
a lot.
and for real, well, like you missed a lot too.
I
The,
did miss some things. You're right. Yeah, I missed some things.
like
I did miss a couple of
before
things.
before the coronavirus happened, that is when Cyber sunk his motherfucking claws into RBR, right? And that was before all the shit with the trolls, the trolls. It was before
Well, I
all
think
of
it
that.
happened during the Verbal era when Verbal was coming onto the channel
Yeah.
and just being what she was. But that was after the coronavirus. That was around
No, no, it was
2021.
before that. It was before that.
It was about 2021. That was after COVID. But I mean, I agree with the essence of what you're saying. I think Cyber definitely had unpure motives from the very beginning. And there was a couple of times where RBR went live and RBR would say, because I remember one time in particular, this was maybe a month, 2 months before RBR passed away. Cyber had went live from RBR's channel talking about pedophilia in Sweden or something like that, talking about pedophilia in Europe. And RBR had Cyber come down and they had a falling out at that point because Cyber was like, I think it's very important that we talk about pedophilia. Cyber, for some reason, has some weird type of obsession with pedophilia. He does. And RBR was like, no, you're not going to use my channel to talk about pedophilia. What's wrong with you? Are you trying to get the channel struck down? And Cyber really got onto, RBR really got onto Cyber after that, and they had a falling out. And that was the last interaction that they had with each other because Cyber stopped coming to the channel for a good month or 2 months, however long it was. And then RBR got incredibly sick all of a sudden. And you already knew he was sick. He was already down in health, but he just really went down like even further. And all of a sudden you saw Cyber come back into the frame and say, "Hey, well, I'm here. I'm going to be the beacon that helps RBR, being the wolf in sheep's clothing that he is." And we saw Cyber come out in full force. That's when I don't think you would know. I don't think you probably knew this, Alan, but RBR was literally during his final hours. From what I hear, this is the story. RBR was trying to go live, and Cyber wouldn't allow him to go live. You mentioned earlier that the trolls they were making RBR sicker. I think it's the other way around. I think that part of RBR like the attention. Yeah, I don't know if I'd say it like that, but part of RBR, part of that YouTube channel, and even with all the trolls, and even with all the harassment, that just comes with the territory being a YouTuber sometimes. RBR understood that channel kept RBR alive. Going the minute he lost access to it, the minute Cyber took away access to that YouTube channel, that's when RBR died. RBR died the entire time. RBR had complete access and complete control over that channel. RBR was alive and well. He was going live every day through the good times and the bad times. It
Yeah,
was
well,
live
play that.
streaming.
I'll put a link in the back chat. that for Alan here. Let him watch and maybe even listen to what happened there. That's when RBR crashed out on stream and Cyber was, huh? What? RBR what? What's going on, RBR? You know, play that one.
Well, and this is my own fault. I don't know how to play videos over the live.
Oh, you're fucking tripping, gun. Fuck.
I know. I just started live streaming of like within the last month, and I'm not an expert at it, so I don't know how to embed videos into
Oh,
my
actually, I
live.
think you might. Are you paying for StreamYards?
Yeah, I'm using StreamYards. Yeah, I'm on StreamYards.
Yeah, are you paying? Are you like paying a subscription to StreamYard?
No. I just have
I
the
think
free
you might
sample.
have to be doing that to play videos, maybe.
You know what?
Anyway.
I'll do that because that would be just a great feature added on. Because sometimes I run out of shit to say, and it would just be great to play something else until I get another idea. But that is coming to everybody watching. That will be a feature that we have on the channel in the future. But right now, I don't have those capabilities. But Alan, you have to take us for our word. You look in the private chat. I don't know if
I
you can
did.
see the
You know,
private chat.
well, I saw that. I saw that episode. I don't even have to look at it again.
Oh, you've seen
Oh,
it
you
before?
saw that, Alan? Oh,
Yeah, I
good.
saw that. Yeah.
You're
When
okay with that,
RBR,
Alan?
it was the first time. It was the first time when RBR was dehydrated. That's what ended up happening. Cyber was saying, "RBR, where are you? RBR, where are you at?" The stream kind of cut off abruptly. Yeah, I saw that. I didn't see it
I
live.
wouldn't
I went
say
back and saw it before.
15 minutes. 10 to 15 minutes is abruptly, man. I mean, the guy couldn't, read the room, so to speak. I mean, the guy was in trouble. You could understand and see that in the first couple of minutes of watching that. And for him not to act abruptly like he should have, yeah, that was fucking
Whoa, man! I
very
mean,
bad.
Cyber was the one who ended up getting the man the help he needed. What are we saying here?
Yeah, like fucking like an hour later.
But nobody else did it.
You sure?
But I mean, from my understanding,
You
and you
sure
guys can tell
about
me if
that?
I'm wrong about this. From my understanding of the situation, my problem with it is that okay, if Cyber knew that Cyber has a personal contact with RBR, if he sees personally, with that personal contact that something is going wrong, contact 911. Why was this live stream in the first place? I don't think RBR was the one who actually went live. Cyber went live, did a live stream showing that RBR was just distressed and not feeling well, and now I'm realizing dehydrated, as you say, Alan Logic, and he chose to go live and live stream this and become the hero. He chose to manipulate a situation, and instead of abruptly getting help, like Ozzy said, he chose to manipulate the situation, live stream it so everybody can see it, and so everybody can call him a hero. So people would say exactly what you're doing now, Alan, which is say later, oh well, Cyber, see, he helped. He's the hero. Well, no, the hero usually doesn't try to get attention and try to get applause from being the hero. They just
So,
become the hero.
Logic, are you a computer guy?
No, I'm not.
You're not. All right.
No.
So I'm halfway a computer guy, right? And one of the things that I do for the people that I help is that I don't get in their business, right? They ask me to do something, right? They might ask me to just transfer a file or do whatever, right? And what I would do is transfer that file, right? I'll do exactly what they asked me to do and nothing else, right? Now imagine, Alan Logic, if you ask me to transfer a file off of your computer, right? And then all of a sudden, I have absolute control over your shit, right? Right? That's what happened to RBR, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
I wanna see a show of hands real quick. How many people think I'm up here windmilling for Cyber right now?
No, I don't
Honestly,
think
I don't
I
even
don't think
give a
you're
fuck.
windmilling for cyber. I don't think you. I think you're just. I don't think you're just aware just how deep this cyber rabbit hole goes. I think you were just kind of a casual viewer of RBR, and you kind of saw a lot of the surface level stuff. But the rabbit hole goes much deeper with a lot of shit.
Okay,
With a lot.
and that's kind of where I thought I was at, right? But check this
Mhm.
out. On one hand, we got we got everybody hollering about the trolls kept the man alive. The show kept the man alive, right? And on the
Mhm.
other hand, oh, you should have stopped the show abruptly. I mean, bro, what do we? I mean, what's it gonna be next? I see people over here switching the narrative whenever they, as long as it paints Cyber as a villain. Is that what's going on here? Because if it is, then
Well, I mean,
You ain't
I
what
wouldn't
gotta
was
say
paint
painting.
Cyber
I
as a
wouldn't say
villain.
painting him
He
he
as
is the
painted
as a
villain
himself.
villain.
though.
He
He's
do it
painted himself
himself.
as as the villain.
The fuck you mean? Fuck you mean?
Yeah, I mean, Alan. I mean, he's actually painted himself to be the villain. To me, it was just I found him just extremely annoying. But I wasn't making live streams about him. Even now, I'm not making live streams about him because I think we should just ignore him
y'all are,
until.
I think you may be upset, woke, because the man can't rock the crowd. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if look,
No,
that's
no. I
that's
mean,
fair. That's a fair
if it
set.
was
If you
just
saying he can't hold it down like that, then that's one thing.
if
But
he
if it's
well,
yeah,
Alan, if he was just an unentertaining fuck, there's plenty of people like that on YouTube. YouTube is the place to be unentertaining. Yeah, it's just
bruh,
that's
my
fine.
page is the most
That wouldn't make me
unentertaining
mad.
page ever. It
But
always
what
was.
makes me mad about Cyber is the fact he deleted this man's life work.
And that's
Now,
where
if
we
you
are.
go on YouTube and look for RBR, you can only see repost of RBR. RBR is totally gone, despite him pleading before he died for this not to happen. RBR one wish. I asked RBR before he
Man,
passed away.
this nigga, man.
RBR's wish was that his channel not be taken down. Cyber proclaimed to be someone who loved RBR, someone who respected RBR, and someone who was looking out for RBR. Someone who's looking out for me is not going to disrespect my dying wish, deleting all of what I had to offer on the internet.
Hey,
That's what
drop the link.
pisses me
Drop that
off
link
about
to real
Cyber.
life. Drop that link to real life. And I want to go check the receipts that she's got.
Yeah, well, just go to her. If somebody can find it, I
I'll just
don't
go to
have
it. I'll
her.
go to it. I'll go to it. No problem. I'll go to it.
Yeah,
It
go to her
doesn't
channel. Look
matter.
at.
But just the fact, like Woke said, him deleting all that stuff from RBR proves that he's a little bitch. Can't be trusted. He was always a snake.
Salute, man. Salute, man. Good to see you again, bro. Long time no see.
That what happened to your channel, man?
Oh, I did the fishing channel, but I've got a new one up called Clipping Ain't Easy. CLIPPIN. Clipping Ain't Easy. Y'all go check out Clipping Ain't Easy. It's just me going to war with the sector again. But I go live on that I go live on that one too. But anyway, yeah. The fishing channel, my old stuff was on where the fishing channel is now. I just took it down because I wanted to do the fish thing. But I've got another channel for fuck shit if you want to see it. Clipping Ain't Easy. Y'all can check that out.
So,
All
Alan,
right.
are you what you would call a viewer of Cyber? Have you been watching his stuff?
No, I pop in, I say hello, and then I get out.
Mm.
How
So I think
dare
that's
you?
what
How
that's what
dare
the
you?
issue is, man. That's exactly what the issue is. I think you need to, if you're going to understand exactly what he's about, I think you need to open up your eyes a little bit more, and not just a little bit towards him, and see what he's about, man.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Duly
Remember when he
noted.
used to say that his wife was his wife was a Asian chick? That was a lie. So this man's alive is I think it's a lie, and I don't know. He's just trash.
Yeah, he's lied about everything, Alan. I mean, Alan, I don't think you really know Cyber, man. He's proven. Do you even know about his court case? Have you heard about that? His court
No,
case.
no, I don't. You
It's
know
the,
what? And I don't need to know. And I don't need to know because listen. Here's the thing. Here's the situation. I'm a person who comes on YouTube as me. Like everything you see on YouTube with me in it, that's me, right? That's
Mhm.
me. It's what I did. It's what I've done. Whatever. And Cyber, I think, is a person who comes out and cams up and things like that too, man. So I don't want to hear from people who are behind the scenes. We don't know shit about them. talking about this motherfucker was over here lying. You know what I'm saying? It don't hold
that's
weight
what
to me.
cyber is. That's what cyber is. He's that motherfucker back there lying. That's what he is.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, and Allen, he tried to rob a poor taxi driver, put a gun to a taxi driver's head
I did that
for
too.
for the grand total sum of $100.
I got more than that, but yeah, that's
Right.
I mean, that's something that happens.
I mean, I can understand robbing a motherfucker, but go big or go home.
Right,
Like,
right.
for $100, a gun, an armed robbery for $100.
He should have
What the?
pistol whipped him for not having enough. Right.
Oh, come
And before he actually robbed him, he took him to his own mother's house, man.
on. Right.
Oh wow.
He went
Yeah.
to his mother's
And then he came out of his mother's house and then stuck the gun to his head. Like, dude, you're fried, cunt. You are a fried motherfucker.
That's cold blooded. You took me to my house. Now I got to rob you. Right. That's bad.
Right. Yeah, I mean, just a fucked up person. And then that's not even
Allegedly. Right.
Well, no, this was proven in court. This is not alleged.
So it's all
Well,
public information.
I'm not going to ever say it was or it wasn't. I'm gonna say alleged to everything. But go
Now
ahead.
he did get to court. He pled not guilty. But once the white people looked into it, and once the white folks saw that Cyber was a lying nigga, and he actually did do all this, he went to prison. He was in prison for 8 years.
And that's where he turned fruity.
Right.
Waste of time. There's no.
This is alleged. Now this is alleged. What Ben Garcia is saying is allegedly.
Right.
Allegedly, he got raped in prison, and there's documents of him having sex with other men in prison. I don't know if that's true. I haven't seen those documents. I haven't seen anything of that sort. So I say
they don't make documents like that. They don't make documents to say you was getting your cheeks clapped in prison. Those documents don't exist.
Well, I mean, I can see it being on like a disciplinary record, because a prisoner's disciplinary record is public information. And so I could maybe someone, I don't know what documents. I haven't seen the documents. I have to say allegedly on that.
So you about to do a FOIA request to find out if this man got hit in the booty hole?
Oh well, I wouldn't, but other people on YouTube absolutely would.
Oh y'all, wow, man! This is bad.
He caught domestic charges inside the jail with his roommate.
Wow.
I think maybe he was either getting beat up by by Bubba, or he was beating Bubba up.
Oh, this is true too, because I was friends with RBR on Facebook, and after RBR died, his account unfriended me, and I'm like, RBR, what? How did he unfriend me in death? And Cyber stole RBR's Facebook account. RBR had years ago, RBR would actually post on Facebook, but he stopped within the last few years.
Right.
Yeah, Cyber stole access to RBR's Facebook account. Cyber allegedly, now talk about alleged, this was alleged. Cyber stole access to RBR's Cash App to go on a trip to the Dominican Republic and sleep with underage prostitutes in the Dominican Republic.
Oh, look, man, come on, well, y'all be doing the most, man.
No, man.
Why do black people have to do the fucking most all the time, bro?
Well, I don't think it's doing the most, man. This is the narrative out there about Cyber.
This shit gay as fuck.
And the thing is, Alan, if we look at the facts, even RBR said his Cash App was stolen. Someone did hack his Cash App and steal money that was in his Cash App. Now we know two things. We know that Cyber had access to all of RBR's Google accounts.
Yo, how the fuck are you gonna
RBR had Cyber had access to all of RBR's information, and we know that RBR had trolls. The question isn't, did RBR get hacked? 1 second, Hoodie One. 1 second. The question isn't whether
why?
Just 1 second, man. Goddamn.
Well, why are you even trying?
Well, we're gonna let you say that in a second. The question isn't whether or not RBR got hacked. We know RBR did get hacked. We know someone stole access to RBR's Cash App. Now the question is, was this one of the trolls, which I think is unlikely because the trolls never gained access to his PayPal or to his Cash App or anything. The trolls never gained access to anything like that. Was it one of the trolls, or was it the person that we know has access to all of RBR's information? Who do you think it's more likely to be, Alan?
I don't know. I don't know. Well, I don't know.
And then
Well, I,
when the money went missing,
Man,
that
fuck it, yo. Fuck. They don't believe you. Fuck it. Fuck them.
Damn hooded one. It ain't got to be like that, bro.
Nah, that's exactly how it's gonna be. Fuck
well,
it.
no, I
Fuck
mean,
you
Alan,
too.
it's really got to be fuck cyber. It's really got to be fuck cyber. Because how would you feel, Alan, if you put your life's work on a certain platform, even if it wasn't YouTube, if you created a museum of all of your life accomplishments, and even if nobody else thought it was shit, it meant something to you.
Right,
If
right.
someone then took over that museum and destroyed everything in the museum and just put it in a dumpster outside for the garbage man to come pick up on Friday, how would you feel after you died if that person replaced that museum with their own bullshit?
After I died, I'd be fucked up about that. I'd be fucked up about it.
how is his family gonna get the millions of dollars after all his content got deleted?
See, that's what I'm saying. See, that's what I'm saying. I walked into some shit. Y'all was up here just bullshitting. Y'all was up here trying to clown. This is content, man. I get it. Y'all carry on, man. I'm gonna holler at you niggas in a minute.
No, we're not bullshitting. Fuck
Well, no,
cyber.
it's not about bullshit. This is actual fuck shit that Cyber's doing. This is fuck shit that he's done. And Alan, I don't know. Like, I don't see why you don't have a problem with RBR's life work being destroyed.
Yeah, I don't
Not
like it
only
either. Whoa. I don't like it either. That's why I said I got to check out. I want to check out baby girl's receipts, and she was see what the family was talking about. Man, no, I don't like it. I miss going back. I want to see it. I was thinking about on my other page, man, just putting up the interview that me and RBR had. Van
you
Garcia was
should.
there. Pretty cool.
Yeah, you absolutely should. Because I mean, at this point, I'm just happy to get any RBR content I can get.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. I'll
thanks
put
to
it back
Art
up. I'll put it up on the
Vandelay.
page.
Thanks to Art Vandelay, who's actually in the comment section. Art Vandelay did actually archive all of RBR's videos and all of his content that he had posted on the channel,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
has that saved and stored. But
I'm
if
sure.
it wasn't
I'm
for
sure a
Art
couple of people do. I'm sure a couple of people got all his videos saved and stored. Right. I'm pretty positive they do. But go
but we
ahead.
shouldn't have to go through that. I mean, even with that, we've lost all of the comments that we made. We've lost all of the food video, not the food videos, but we've lost all of the community posts. We don't have access to that.
Right.
Cyber's taking what Cyber's when RBR died, his channel should have been left as is. His channel should have been left as is, as a reminder of his legacy. Cyber took that away. A friend wouldn't do that. Somebody who cared about RBR absolutely positively would not do that. And he needs to be called out for it because he didn't care about RBR. He came on that channel from the very beginning with the facade, under the facade of being some type of cybersecurity expert who wanted to help RBR. And he ended up being the worst thing possible to RBR because anyone else who RBR left his channel to, Arthur wouldn't have deleted the channel. If he left it to Deacon, Deacon wouldn't have deleted the channel. But only a bald-headed, felonious ass, destructive, violent ass, manipulative felon,
Narcissist.
narcissistic ass felon like Cyber would choose to then go and use the channel for his own maniacal purposes.
Has
And that's
Deacon
what he did, Alan.
weighed in on this? Has Deacon said anything about it?
Well, Deacon didn't give a fuck about RBR. Deacon is out for himself. Deacon doesn't give a fuck. Deacon has actually
Oh,
been in
okay.
cahoots with Cyber. Deacon's mad because Deacon gets on here and harasses people. And when people harass Deacon back, Deacon gets mad. And so Deacon is mad because RBR wouldn't ban a lot of the people Deacon wanted RBR to ban. And so Deacon was more than happy to join cahoots with Cyber after RBR died.
You know, I used to think that Deacon and RBR just had a thing going on behind the scenes. I thought they really liked each other.
a part a part of that was true. A part of it they did kind of like each other, but a part of it also Deacon RBR legitimately thought Deacon was dumb and that Deacon was a coon, and part of it Deacon legitimately did dislike RBR because prior to RBR dying, before RBR died, Deacon started this rumor that RBR was dead. Deacon was going on to everybody's channel that he could, saying, "Oh, did you hear about the news? RBR is dead. I'm glad he's dead."
Yeah,
He
And
yeah,
said
RBR
that
wasn't really
multiple
dead.
times. That wasn't the first. Like he
yeah.
did that. Yeah, he did that multiple times. So
Well, I
like,
remember one of the last times he was on RBR's channel. He was pretty much screaming at RBR, telling them that he wishes he was dead already and all kinds of crazy
He did
shit.
that like every show, man.
I know, but like, come on, everybody knew he was already on his final days. It's his final days, man. Come on.
Everybody already knew, but nobody sent the paramedics over there except for Cyber. I get it.
you think Cyber did that?
Well, well, why did Cyber? Well, Cyber did do that, but why did Cyber have
No,
to
he
live
didn't.
stream it? I mean, why did he have to take
Oh,
this? Should tell you his intent. This should give. I know earlier you said, Alan,
Cyber didn't
you
do
don't
that.
really get into one second. Hit one.
Cyber
I know.
didn't even know word.
it's the least he could
Well,
do.
one.
Call the fucking ambulance.
Well, I know earlier Hooded One did say that he doesn't really get into the psychology and what someone is thinking, but Hooded One is human beings. We have to know what someone's intentions are. We have to look at their act and how we understand their intentions. We look at their actions. And if you look at the actions of Cyber never really cared about RBR. He came onto the channel as this wolf in sheep's clothing, uh, saying that he was going to serve some intent or some purpose as a cybersecurity expert. But Cyber doesn't even have cybersecurity credentials. And even
What?
when you look at what he's done on the channel, he hasn't done really anything that I couldn't do. He hasn't done anything that you couldn't do. This is something so anybody who's even casually familiar with YouTube, you could understand how to block people and how to ban people, how to unban people, how to give people God wrenches. This isn't something that takes the expertise of a cyber security expert.
Woke.
But
I thought you
cyber
was
can't.
messy, but it's confirmed. You really are messy, bro. You're a messy dude. But go ahead.
I'm messy how?
Hey man, this is everybody could do it. Anybody could do it. That ain't got nothing to do with the fact that nobody did it. He didn't trust nobody else to do it, but one person.
Because that's a good point. That's a great point.
And that
Because
person didn't do it.
nobody else was narcissistic
He
enough
didn't do.
to present themselves as a cyber presented himself initially as a millionaire. He said he was a millionaire. He said he had a Chinese wife. He
Yeah,
said he made his money
Multiple
right.
as a
times.
cybersecurity expert, and he lied to RBR because he believed that RBR was gullible enough to believe his lies about being a millionaire, being a cybersecurity expert with a hot Asian wife.
RBR didn't believe none of that shit. Woke. RBR didn't. RBR wasn't a fucking fool, bro. He didn't believe it. But he did know that Cyber could and would help him. He was devoted enough to help him. Everybody else, including myself, had other shit to do. Cyber did it, bro.
Is
Can we
that
say
how
that?
you? Is that how
Anybody
you
could
help
have done that,
somebody? Is
Alan.
that how you help
Anybody could have
somebody
done that.
by erasing their fucking content? Is that how you help out your friend, dude? I don't
Right,
know.
exactly. You don't erase somebody's content. I mean that should have revealed what Cyber's doing right now.
Nah, he down with Cyber, so fuck him. Like fuck that
Well, no, I'm
nigga.
not saying fuck anybody because I
No,
think
I'm saying
Alan is
fuck him.
truly
Fuck
misled.
you.
I think this is
Fuck
something.
you too.
Well, no, this is not turning into that. I think, and I didn't kick him down. He went down voluntarily. But I don't think it's about saying fuck anybody. I think Alan is truly misled because I can tell the type of guy you are, Alan. And I think it's coming from a good place. I think you want to give a black person, you want to give us the benefit of the doubt. When it comes to a black man, you don't want to just look at him as a criminal. You don't want to just look at him as a bad person, as just some nigga out here on the street. You don't want to do that. That's not the proclivity that you gravitate to. Your proclivity is to give a black man the benefit of the doubt. The flaw in thinking that way, Alan Logic, is you have niggas out here like Cyber.
That's what
Sec-
happened to RBR.
that's
Oh, oh well.
exactly.
Well, thank God.
RBR had,
Thank God. I haven't been black all my life and don't know anything. Thank God. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not
And
saying
and,
that.
I'm just naive as fuck out here. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
no, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying is you do give black people the benefit of the doubt, and when you have somebody like Cyber who's presented themselves as this upstanding black man, when in reality he's just some felonious ass nigga in Newark, New Jersey,
He's a
that's a sorry
con.
piece of shit. He's a
Yeah,
con.
I ain't shit either. Then I'm gonna just let you know I'm not shit either.
Well,
To
no,
be
I
honest.
mean, I'm not saying that about no, Alan. What makes you different from Cyber? You could have went to RBR and lied about yours having a degree in cybersecurity. You could have done these things for your own maniacal purposes, but you didn't do that. I could have done that. I didn't. I wouldn't have had the thought process to manipulate RBR in that way. You would not have had the thought process to manipulate RBR in that way. But a sorry son of a bitch like Cyber doesn't see. He didn't see RBR as a human being. He saw RBR as some fragile old man who needed a little bit of help. And instead of offering him just the help he needed, he was going to use RBR and RBR's platform as a way to push and promote himself. That is a sick fuck. That's something I wouldn't even think about. Just like when Cyber talks about the stuff he wants to do to little kids, that wouldn't even come to my mind. It comes to a mind like Cyber. He has a
Well,
terrible
I
mind.
heard you up in the chat laughing and giggling when Deacon was up that motherfucker talking about little Argia with the red hair. Oh, you giggling now too, huh?
Well,
Oh,
well, I
baby.
mean,
Oh, baby.
some of that is
No,
entertaining.
no, babies. Oh, baby, stop. I can't take it. I can't take it no more. Baby, no. You was falling out, nigga.
Well, I mean, to a certain extent, some of that is entertaining. To a certain extent, it is entertaining. But as to what Cyber did, Cyber wasn't entertaining when he did it. When Deacon does it, I believe that Deacon's just joking. Deacon's not being serious. Deacon doesn't want to actually um, do that to little kids. But when Cyber would say it, it seemed more real. It didn't seem like there was an entertainment factor behind it. It didn't seem like he was saying it just for shock value.
You
He
messy,
was
well.
saying it because this is actually what he wanted to do. We just
You
had
was the
Truth
very
Finder
person
come
who
up.
sat up there and said, you was the very person who sat up there and said, Linwood, why you got your dick out? Now, you know good and well that man didn't pull his dick out.
Wait, wasn't Ban Garcia a cyber fan before?
Oh, shit.
Not
What's up,
really.
Truth
Well, he
Finder?
was letting me. He was letting me speak.
Oh
That's
no,
why
sorry, I'm mistaking you for someone else.
he was blocking me, and then he let me go back up to speak to RBR. So I was trying to keep it cool with him.
No, I was thinking of someone else. I forgot the guy's name already because Albia don't go live no more. But yeah, fucking cyber. I'm trying to. What the fuck is he doing with the channel? Like, what the fuck? He just sits there and does nothing.
Right, right. Uh, Well, I think his idea of Truth Finder, I think Cyber's idea was that he was going to get all of RBR subscribers and start his own channel and build his own channel, and he was going to become the millionaire he's always wanted to be through that channel.
He's some weird though. Like, he's trying to get what's his name, Linwood on the channel. He's trying to get fucking Queen Maya on the channel. Open funnel for Linwood like a retard, and now he's trying to suck up to Groovy Jimmy 2 days ago.
Absolutely. And I think Groovy Jimmy, I think Jimmy is dumb enough to fall for Cyber's tactics. I believe that. But the Jimmy's audience hates Cyber. And
Hey,
Jimmy has an audience.
maybe I should
There's
have took up what's that called Cyber's offer when he gave me that business opportunity. I could have just took it and run it to the ground, like destroy the channel. He was trying to offer me the channel, like he wanted to give it to me, hand it over to me.
what Cyber did.
Yeah, he jumped on Groovy Jimmy's channel in front of everyone saying you should. I got a business opportunity for you, Truth Finder. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk on Groovy Jimmy's, but give me a call, and we could do this. Business discussion. I know what he's talking about. He wants me to take RBR's channel. I should have
Mm.
said, okay. I should have just gave him that ring and take that business opportunity and then
with
pawn bomb it.
or without RBR's content.
With I don't know. And I knew he was talking about the channel. I don't know. He wanted to talk to me privately.
Was this before or after he deleted RBR's content?
This was the time when he deleted everything. He was on Jimmy's channel. He told me
Okay,
to
so it was
come.
right after that.
You know why I said that, Ozzy. Why I said I should have took that business opportunity. The reason, I Ozzy got on his channel. The reason I said I should have took that opportunity is because if he gave me that StreamYard access and that, I could have pawn bombed it. Or just while he wasn't there, I could have just pawn bombed for hours and the channel was gone. But yeah, Ozzy got that. Let me get it. Let me see if I could get it. On his channel, Ozzy. Give me 2 sec.
So
Yeah.
once you erase it from StreamYard, that's over. But it's pretty much gone forever. Woke.
Yeah, well, actually, once you delete it, I don't know if, at least on my StreamYard, I don't know what it's like if you have a paid subscription. But on my StreamYard, it doesn't save the live onto StreamYard. It only saves it onto YouTube. And so once you delete it from YouTube, that's when it's gone forever.
I can't find Ozzy's
what
channel.
about the cloud? Is the cloud bullshit?
Oh well, no, the cloud isn't bullshit. I'm sure there's a way you can save things onto the cloud. Well, yeah, because Art Vandelay saved a lot of things, archived a lot of RBR's content on the cloud. So no, I don't think that's bullshit. But I think it, Alan, I just find it, I don't know, you're a smart guy, Alan. And I think what it is, you want to give Cyber the benefit of the doubt when he doesn't deserve it. I mean, it was a piece of shit move. It was an absolute
Well,
piece of
I
shit
think
move.
I think the truth of the matter is that I don't believe Cyber deleted the content. And if you guys, decided to get in touch with Cyber, maybe talk to him, go over there, check him out, I think you can work something out, man. Because most of you cats are way more persuasive than I'll ever be. So,
Well, I mean, the thing, why should we have to do that? RBR wanted his content public and readily available. He wanted his content public and readily available. Why is Cyber using RBR's death?
I got a backstage for you. It's 2 minutes.
Why is he using RBR's death to clout chase and do whatever the fuck he's doing?
how can he clout chase? How is he clout chasing when he's got one person over there or no people over there? I don't think that's a big old clout chase.
I think that goes into how delusional he was. I think his intention was once he deleted the channel, he thought people were going to be flocking over to RBR's channel asking, "What happened? Where's RBR? What's going on?" I think
They would have if he wouldn't have fucking done that fucking bitch move and erased his shit.
Right, exactly. And he thought about deleting RBR's channel. It would throw RBR under the bus, but it would elevate his status in some type of fucked up way in his head.
I don't believe that. I don't think Cyber ever believed that he was a YouTube star, bro, in any kind of way. Not to say that RBR was, but I'm just saying I don't believe Cyber believes that without RBR's content, he was ever going to be, some massive. Cyber could have started his own. He could have started his own
Why did
thing.
he delete all of RBR's content and he's
He didn't
still
delete
going
it.
live
I don't think he
on it?
deleted it. I don't think he deleted it.
Where's the content though? It's not on the channel. It might even if it's not deleted, it might as well be deleted because the content isn't there anymore.
Well, I got a backstage for you. What Cyber plan was.
Oh shit! Well, I want to hear what Truth Finder has to say because it's just not making sense to me.
He wanted to, what's that called? Make me do content so he doesn't have to, and he wants to make money out of it. That's what he meant. But let's watch it.
I don't even know what to call that type of shit. That ain't no get money type shit for real. Like, yo, Truth Finder, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
When you get a chance, man, let me want to talk to you, cuz. You know what I'm saying? See if you want an opportunity or something that could come your way. You might be interested, maybe or maybe not. But if you are interested, I think I got a heck of a deal for you. You know, but it's something that we talk about offline. We don't talk about it online or nothing like that. Excuse me, because I'm in a different position in terms of dealing with shit.
Yeah, I'll
And,
give you a call.
yeah, well, no, give me a text first so I can, know what. Damn, what the fuck is that? So I can know what so I can know how to expect you. You know what I'm saying? I got a number for you to give you. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy can give you the number. He can give you the plug in. You know what I'm saying? And we talk some.
You don't have the same number as before?
Nah, I don't got that. We got you. It's a different number.
I'll get off, Jimmy.
Yeah, we can talk some business. But if you're interested, like I said, probably about maybe 30 minutes. You got 30 minutes of your time or whatnot, so I could just kind of run you through everything and shit like that. And then shit, I think shit'll be dope. You know, maybe you'll be interested, maybe you won't. But I think that for your neck of the woods where you are, I think it was a heck of an opportunity that could be had. That's if I think if you are serious or you willing to expand yourself in that type of arena. If not, then it's all good. At least I just
I think I might know what you're talking about.
yeah, we talk about it. We don't talk about none of it online.
I won't talk about it here, but I would say pass on the opportunity to someone else.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay. Without hearing it, okay, cool. Fair enough. But yeah, I'm gonna probably go tap in on my man.
Wow.
I
Wow.
know what he was trying to do there. He was trying to make me do live streams, so like, when I do my content and that, people could watch it. And he thinks like, I don't know what it's doing. He like, because RBO got 3,000 subscribers. He thinks that they're all gonna flock over. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely. I mean, that was his intention. That was absolutely positive.
I mean,
whoa! You said that's his intention. Man, wait a minute. We don't even know. That shit was so vague. We have no idea what he was talking about.
Cyber knows.
Come on, you can put two and two together, Alan.
Y'all something else, man.
Cyber knows I'm from the drama community, and he thinks I could get my community over just to watch the show that I'm doing on RBRs, which would never happen. I mean, it would happen.
Man. Ain't no telling. It's no telling what the opportunity was, man. But I mean, I guess if we're going to sway, if we're going to try to sway people's opinion, we can just say, "Hey, man, Sabra could have been talking to you about eating hot dogs or something in Piccadilly Circus."
Build up my own channel and build up Cyber's
channel. Alan, there's no way you actually believe that.
No, I mean it was too vague. I mean, I'm supposed to take Cyber giving Truth Finder a business opportunity to mean that he wanted me to take over and run, do something.
Well, what about earlier when you were saying, I don't think Cyber actually deleted the content. Art Vanderlei made a comment, and he's absolutely right. The Cyber actually streamed himself, going video by video by video, deleting the content. Do you think that was the AI?
No. I'm just saying, man. He could have already backed up, privated, and saved all of the content.
So why did he try to offer Groovy Jimmy RBR Sports? You know, RBR Sports only got 20 fucking views, subscribers.
Right.
He's trying to get Groovy Jimmy to build it up to like 700 subscribers or more, and then he thinks like he's gonna make money out of that shit. He's gonna profit because he's using Groovy Jimmy to build up his channel.
I don't know, man. Like I said, you guys seem to have the inside track, man. I wasn't in it as deep as y'all, man. I was not in it that deep. But hey, I'm just saying, I don't think it's wrong to go over to Cyber's place and be like, "What's up, bro? How you doing?" and everything, man. Keep rocking. I don't think that's a bad thing.
I mean, I don't think it changes the fact that Cyber is a duck ass nigga. He's a duck ass nigga. He's a liar. He's a pathological liar. He's a habitual liar. He's someone that's not to be trusted, Alan. He's truly someone that's not. I call niggas like that duck ass niggas.
Well,
All
because he
right.
got the StreamYard duck or what?
Well, because he's a quack. He just quacks like how ducks just mindlessly quack.
Yeah.
Cyber just mindlessly talks. He mindlessly quacks. He lies. He's been caught in a multitude of. He lied about being in the military. Right? He said he was
Oh
some
no.
type of marine or some shit like that.
Oh
Just
wow.
a just a lying. And he lied about having an Asian wife. He lied about being a millionaire. He lied about being a
And
Oh man,
cyber
people lie.
cybersecurity.
Look, man, people lie. People lie on this app all the time, man. And most of them call it narratives. Most people tell lies
not
and
in
be
the
like,
same
"That's
way that
entertainment."
cyber
You know what I mean?
does. Not in the same way that cyber does. Now I might tell a lie every here and there to embellish a story
Well, you've
to
been
make
playing
it
like
funny.
you've
Now
been
if I'm
pretending to
lying,
be a
I'm
gay
usually
man
lying.
the whole time you've been here. You are not a gay man, and and that's been your whole shtick, man. And you're talking about cyber be lying. Come on, bro.
Well, when I tell you something, I might embellish it a little bit to add on to the entertainer aspect, to be entertaining, to be funny. If I think I can lie and it's going to be slightly more entertaining, that's one thing. But to lie about your whole life, lie about having a wife so people can think that you're the shit, you're just the big shit walking around on YouTube when really you're
Stolen
just the
valor. Stolen valor. Come on.
Garcia.
I would never lie about being a millionaire. I would never lie about having a hot Asian wife when really it's just not true.
And
And
I
out
have
of
a hot
that,
Asian wife. I have a hot Asian wife. It's verifiable. Yeah, I do. And then on top of that, I do have all the money. Don't get it twisted. So I'm just saying those are truths about me. Now, for Cyber to come on and say it, he was just trying to have a good time with you guys.
no, no. He didn't. What I mean, what would be the good time in coming up and saying that you got an Asian wife when you really don't have an Asian
Oh, y'all can
wife?
make jokes about fried rice and all this other stuff. I mean,
No,
it just opens up a
he
whole
was
avenue.
doing this. What about him lying about having all types of cars and being a million? What's funny in that?
Well, he wore suits all the time. He was finely dressed, sitting in front of that computer. He had suits and ties on and things like that. And I did see him when he was in the Dominican Republic, man. Now the thing about underage girls, I don't know nothing
Yeah,
about that.
sleeping
But
with prostitutes.
okay, here we go. Now
Yeah, he was in the Dominican
everybody
Republic
knows
sleeping
that
with prostitutes.
most 95% of people in the Dominican Republic are prostitutes if they're women. And so I mean, so
A lot of
You're
them
just
are
giving this nigga
underage.
yeah.
all kind of. You're just giving him all kind of excuses, Alan. Alan, you're a smart guy. You're not a dumb guy at all. I mean, you're defending this man. What he's done is just absolutely and utterly indefensible. It's indefensible. The lies he's told, him deleting RBR's channel, him taking that channel for clout. It's just completely and totally and utterly indefensible.
I just came up here tonight to ask you guys not to attack me because just because I may say hello to the man or whatever. Look, leave me. I'm neutral in this. I like to go by and see a familiar face from time to time.
oh
That's it.
no,
But
what's that
please, I don't
called?
want no smoke.
What's that called? What's that called? If people see you hanging around with cyber, they're definitely gonna attack you, and they're definitely gonna dox you.
Look, truth
They
finder.
definitely would. There's
of
trolls
course,
out there that would.
of course, that would come straight from Truth Fighter. He already up said, "Yeah, we go, we
Who's
go
father's
slander and
gonna be
start
the one
doxing."
doing
He
it?
already done jumped in that. He was like, "Hell yeah." Oh, okay. All right. I need to
Well, yeah.
go
I
back.
mean,
Go back. Stay
I
on
mean,
my page there.
I have a very strong disagreement when it comes to you about cyber, but I don't think we should dox him. I mean, Alan, you're
Nah,
entitled.
I don't think they should dox him, but Marks would. Marks,
Yeah, well, yeah, Mark's the
they
little.
would.
Yeah, I don't think we should do that. I think you should really check out real life. I mean, she's done some amazing work figuring
Hey
out,
man, look, what cyber's doing is fucked up, and I'm not going back over there. I'm gonna leave that shit alone, and yeah, that's fucked up, man. Cyber, god damn it, I can't believe you. So yeah, that's what it is.
well, I mean, if that's genuine, that's actually true. And I mean, hopefully, you can go through some of the content that people have made within the past couple months talking about cyber, real life in particular. And if
Yeah, I
you
gotta go
look
do
at
my
that,
homework. I gotta do my
yeah,
homework.
yeah, do some homework, man. Do some homework on this man, because he's
Yeah,
not a gentleman. I mean, he's the opposite of a gentleman. He's
That's
just
the yeah.
really
Even
messy.
Queen hates him.
The
Queen
queen, not
Maya.
the queen.
Queen Maya. Yep.
Oh shit, man. I was just
Oh
looking at
yeah,
her on
even
IG
Queen
today.
made a lot. Yeah, Queen did make a live about him. I want to say
Yeah, she
that's
said.
probably
Yeah, she said you not. She said you're not coming to New Orleans to fuck me
Oh shit! No,
and
wait,
just
wait,
leave
wait.
me.
But the thing I hate
Yeah.
about Queen is that she used to be a little bitch and a little princess for us Cyber. Oh, Cyber Daddy! Oh, Cyber Daddy! What changed your? What made you change your tone, bitch? I don't even like that bitch. Fuck her.
You
She's a
started to
little
sound. You
bitch.
started to sound like
She's
RBR. You got a little bit of RBR in you, boy.
she's another fucking cyber in my books. She's another fucking cyber. She fucking blocked me on RBR's channel. I mean, like on the chat section, she bans me every chance she gets. But luckily, she didn't have power to kick people off the panel. I mean, she would have done the same as Cyber. She's just a little bitch.
With a
Like,
fat ass, though.
she,
With a fat ass. Don't forget
no,
that.
she
Don't
is
forget
ugly,
that.
bro. She is
well,
ugly.
truthfully, I
I
don't
didn't
think
say
you.
nothing about her face.
Well, I don't know
Oh,
what Queen looks like. She posts those AI photos all the time. I don't know what she actually looks like. But uh, Truth Finder, I don't think you saw not real life, but Queen Maya's live stream where she talked about Cyber. She turned on Cyber in the end because even for her, because at times Queen Maya can be a bit unbearable. I'll give you that 100%. Sometimes she's totally unbearable. But after Cyber deleted all of RBR's content, Queen actually did a live stream where she called Cyber out.
well, she
And
used to
one
be a big slut for Cyber.
She did. She did. But I mean, with Cyber deleting all of the content, I think the writing is really on the wall for everybody who had questions about Cyber and wasn't really sure about him prior to RBR's death, because RBR did stick with Cyber, you know, throughout some points.
Well, that's because Cyber
Um,
said it was
He's a
cybersecurity.
fucking idiot, man. He could
right,
have put that shit on
but in the end,
subscriber only mode.
right, but in the end, I mean, it's pretty clear cut that Cyber actually turned on RBR. I think it's clear cut with, again, I'll say it, this is probably the 19th time tonight I've said this, but I think it makes it clear cut what Cyber's intentions were, the fact that he's deleted the channel and he's using it for his own maniacal purposes
I
now.
mean,
That's what he's doing.
he knows the channel is going down the hill. So what he's doing now is nothing. Like he ain't got nothing to do. Like what content is Cyber making? I hope he's watching this live stream. What the fuck are you doing with the fucking channel? I mean, I just gonna sit there. Are you just gonna sit there and fucking put music on and tell people to
Yeah,
jump on and
he's
talk to you?
watching, all right.
Hey, what's crazy is that Arthur is like I fuck with Arthur, but at the same time he's inconsistent, right? And so if he's hedging his bets on these people, like get the fuck out of here, man. Like for real. Like
Right. Yeah.
Wait, what
I mean,
happened to
I think
Linwood? I never seen this guy for a while now.
hold on,
what
what?
who Arthur?
Linwood. What happened to Linwood? Not off.
Oh,
Fuck off.
yeah,
I
I
don't
haven't
like the
seen
guy.
Linwood around either. Where is? That's a good question.
He's
No,
always at
Linwood is
Linwood.
exactly where he need to be. Like, good job, Linwood. He's not on that goddamn channel. Linwood understood the motherfucking assignment.
So Cyber's fucking
He's on
begging
the
Linwood to jump on
he's on
to
the chaotic live,
channel.
chaotic truth.
Yeah, Chaotic Truth. He has a pretty good
Yeah,
channel.
he's always right there. Linwood.
Chaotic Truth. I might have to check that out just to see Linwood.
But guys, I'm hungry and I'm tired and I'm kind of sleepy. So I think we're gonna cut the live stream off there. Alan, we'll be happy to have you back
Thanks
once
for
you've
having me on.
done once you do your cyber research, please come back. Let me know what you find. I think it's gonna open your eyes to a lot of stuff that you haven't seen. It really
Matter
will.
of
Oh, it's
fact,
all
don't
good. It's
even
all
come
good.
back.
It's
Don't
all
even
good.
come back. Like,
I just came to kick it with the family. You, Hooded One, Aussie. I just came to see the folks, man. That's all I came to do, bro. And just do a little bit of devil's advocate. That was it.
Yeah,
keep that
absolutely, man.
shit to
And I'm,
yourself.
I'm I'm glad that you played that role. It made things more interesting
It's
I think you're
disgusting for
wrong.
real.
But no, it's not disgusting. He's allowed to have it.
Yeah, it
Even if he
is.
likes something, he's allowed to.
If I would have saw you in real life, I would have headbutt your ass. I mean, logic. Bow.
Shut the fuck up, hooded one. I'll beat your bitch ass. Nigga,
Headbutt
who the
your
fuck you
ass,
talking
nigga.
to? You get fucked up
All
over
right.
here, man.
Word.
But guys, I'm gonna shut it down. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you, Hooded, when I was talking mad cash shit about you.
Man,
Thanks
fuck
for
you,
being a good
nigga.
sport.
Period.
All
Fuck
right.
everything
All right,
about you, nigga.
but hey, Alan, did you catch any catfish? That's the question of the night. Did you catch any
Allen
catfish?
gone, nigga. And fuck them
Ah, he's gone. He
catfish.
is gone. My goodness, I didn't even see that he left. All right. Well, we hope he caught plenty of catfish. You have any last words before you go, Hooded One? Do you have anything to say about the
Fuck
bullshit state
Cyber.
of Iowa?
Peace.
All right. Hey, yeah, we'll end it on that note. That's a great note to end it on. Fuck cyber. And remember to like, subscribe, and share. All right. See you guys.